Hello, hello, everyone. My name is Princess Pearl, and as always, it's an absolute delight to see you, even though you cannot see me. I'm like John Cena all up in this place. My lighting rig broke, and my soundboard has broke, but none of these things will stop me from playing more Gabriel Knight. Hooray! Hello, Yeti Force. So good to see you. Okay. So last we left off, we'd gotten through the first 3 chapters of Gabriel Knight to The Beast Within. And now we're going to head into day 4. Not day 4, chapter 4, because the days sort of happen concurrently. We've been going back and forth between Gabriel and Grace. And this will be a Grace day. I was very bad about saving last time round. Naughty Pearl. Okay. Let's head on down and see how the day begins. No Gerda.
I wonder what Gerda's up to. I wonder what Gerda's up to. I wonder what Gerda's up to.
I was just wondering if I could rifle through her desk or something like that. See where she's hiding all of the potatoes she was constantly peeling in Gabriel Knight 1. Let's head on out. Don't need to watch her put on her coat and so forth. Or walk through that one little room there. Last we left Grace, she met this couple here, some Americans who had come to see the Schottenjäger. Let's have a chit-chat with them.
Hello,
I love her
there,
hair.
dear.
Hi, I'm Grace Nakamura from the castle. Am I interrupting?
Heavens, no.
Have a seat, Miss Nakamura.
Well, I might.
Nakamura.
For a moment.
Isn't this nice? We just finished our breakfast. Do you want something?
No, thanks.
Good for you. I can never turn down food myself. Now you just tell us all about it, Sugar Pie.
Okay, ask about themselves.
You mentioned the other night that you were a demonologist. What is that exactly?
Well, it's not as bad as it sounds, honey. What Emma and I really do is to help protect people.
Protect them from what?
Well, do you believe in the devil, Miss Nakamura?
I believe in good and evil, if that helps.
Oh, but Satan and his demons are real, and they will attack the living. And most folks don't know what to do once they've been attacked. We try to help protect people.
How can you protect people from demons?
Best protection is faith in God, of course. But sometimes faith isn't enough. Sometimes we have to delve into the supernatural in order to protect others. Your Schottenjägers are just the same.
We are? I mean, he is?
Of course. The warriors of light are rare these days, but they do exist all around the globe.
That's interesting. I just read about a group called
Ooh, the glare
Monostoso in
off
Brazil.
their watch.
So the Ritters aren't the only Schottenjägers.
Well, they're probably the only ones to use that title, but others have been chosen for the battle.
Let's ask about Ludwig II.
Do you know anything about King Ludwig II?
Sure, we saw his castles, didn't we, Mother?
We sure did. Why do you ask?
Well, I found a letter in the Schottenjäger library warning Ludwig about the Black Wolf.
I love when old people call each other mother and father or something like that. It's cute.
Seems like whoever was using me as a megaphone helped you find that letter. Perhaps you should follow the path something's pointing at. Look into Ludwig.
I intend to.
Why are you so snappy, Grace?
The other night you said something about the Black Wolf. What did you mean? Where did you hear that name?
I wasn't the one talking.
I don't understand.
Well, that's quite all right. The point is, it would be a very good idea to answer those questions, and we must work together to do so. I'll help you, Pumpkin. I'd like to know myself, wouldn't I? It isn't every day one's taken over by a disembodied spirit, and I don't much care for it, thank you.
You're not talking about a seance, are you?
Oh, heavens no.
Thank God.
Emma's right. I'm much better at tarot cards. I can read for you or for someone else if you prefer.
Well, if you're going to offer, that's more
Are
about the
you
Black
sure
Wolf.
you don't know anything about the Black Wolf?
I never did, dear. I told you. Really, you mustn't confuse the vessel with the voice. All I remember was seeing a very bright flash like lightning. Next thing I knew, Emma had me outside. Whatever it was very powerful. Very powerful.
Ask about tarot reading, because it's not a magic modern story unless someone's got out the tarot cards.
Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt to do my tarot reading.
Don't you worry now. I know what I'm doing.
Then why are your cards loose like that?
Push your vital energies into the cards. This is your soul card, that which applies to all of your lifetimes. It's the Empress. Oh, that's a good one.
What's it mean?
It means that your soul's journey is one of leadership. There's great strength here and intelligence. This card represents
We're
what
not
you're
going to
like
talk
in
about
this
like
lifetime.
the sensuality meanings of the Empress. We're just going to...
It's the Chariot. Self-discipline. Control. You need to feel you have a plan, that you're testing your abilities. The Chariot's very masculine. In combination with the Empress, it tells me that you're currently exploring your male side. You will seek out great achievement, but it does have its price.
Doesn't sound anything like me.
Yes, dear. The third card represents the other. You've pulled the Magician. Who is he, dear?
Excuse me?
Your other, the Magician. Oh, this is a very powerful card. Major Arcana.
My other?
Everyone has
Although
another.
all of the cards you've pulled are major arcana
I
right
bet
now.
it's the Schottenjäger. What's his name?
The Schottenjäger? Gabriel Knight.
A name of power. He is powerful, this one. The Magician is dexterous and cunning, mischievous and manipulate,
That's Gabriel, all right.
and very strong with magical and occult powers. Now, this is interesting because your card, the Chariot, is all logic and reasoning, while his, the Magician, is spiritual and intuitive. You two are quite a pair. The fourth card shows what you're trying to achieve at this moment, your immediate destiny. It's the Strength or Lust card.
Lust?
Not that kind of lust, dear. It's a trial card, finding the strength to continue some difficult journey. It also represents the integration of conflicting energies. That must be your Chariot and his Magician energies. Strength also means bonding those energies, loving without judgment, learning to love the beast.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Grace loves the beast.
What is this trial, dear? Do you know?
Well, Gabriel and I are involved with a case right now.
It will be a hard time. You must let your love give you power. Use the positive
I don't
energy of your
love
union, or
him.
you may not succeed.
I think you have the wrong idea. Gabriel and I just work together.
Yes, dear. But if I might just suggest, when you're facing negative forces, the positive energy of love is a very vital weapon. You make yourself vulnerable when you resist your own tools.
Well, that's been helpful.
I hope so, dear.
Oh, we gotta read Gabriel's tarot.
Maybe we should do a reading for Gabriel.
Oh, let's! It's a little like spying on someone unawares, but what the heck?
and shuffle.
Reach out to the cards and to think about his essence.
Yeah, think about his essence.
His soul card is the Magician. Yes, dear, it reflects your other exactly.
Well, maybe, but I'd rather hold out for David Copperfield.
And his lifetime card? Oh, goodness. The Lovers.
You mean the sole purpose of his life is in his pants? Doesn't surprise me.
It's not what you think, dear. It's a duality card. As a lifetime card, it refers to Gabriel's own duality. Good versus evil, physical pleasure versus spiritual growth, that kind of thing. His challenge is to integrate the conflicting parts of himself. Until he does, he'll never find peace. And you will find peace when you acknowledge all of him. Find a way to love the worst as you already love the best.
You're really reaching.
Mother.
His other is the High Priestess.
Let me guess. That's me, right?
No,
No.
dear, it's not. The
Maya.
High Priestess represents psychic mysteries, deep wisdom. This is a very different energy from your earthy one. This must be our connection. To the voice, dear! Someone is trying to communicate with Gabriel.
I
This
wish we
force is
got
represented
more
by the High Priestess.
Of this story
That's not
where
much
Malia is
What about
trying
the Black
to
Wolf?
communicate from the
But
beyond.
it is a help, dear. The High Priestess is a spiritual guide card if ever there was one. The message must have been a warning.
If this force is connected to Gabriel, and if he's so very psychic, then why doesn't it just go to him? Why say it to me?
Maybe Gabriel's blocked. Maybe he's purposefully blocking. There is that duality business. Let's go on and see if it becomes clear. The fourth card, remember, represents the current situation. It's
Death.
death.
It's gotta be death.
Oh.
It had to be death.
Nothing to worry about then.
Now, you just leave interpretation up to me, Sugar Pie. It's a transformation card, dying to one thing and being born to another. It is painful, but it isn't necessarily bad. Two of Wands. Oh, my.
What?
A 2 is not good here. Wands is Mars in Aries. That's a war card. In conjunction with the death card, there are 2 possible transformations.
2 transformations?
Yes, dear. Gabriel is waging a spiritual battle. The transformation might be good or evil. That must be the purpose of the High Priestess. She's trying to guide him.
So you think he really might be in danger?
Oh, yes, dear. Gabriel's very essence is at stake. If he takes the wrong path with his powers, Emma and I will stay in town. You must let me know if anything else happens that we can read for clues. Let the Force use you.
Let the force be with you.
I'd better go.
Anytime you need us, stop by.
And be careful now.
Ooh, we got a little
Thanks.
jazzy bit. Little jazzy music. I'm liking this. Okay, well, that's them. Let's talk to... Oh, I don't remember his name. All I can think is now is that he's Grimsby from The Little Mermaid.
Herr Huber?
Herr Huber, that's his name. Ask about Gabriel's case.
I was wondering if you've changed your mind about telling me where Gabriel is. It's really important.
No. Sorry.
All right, good chat.
Thanks.
Bitte?
Grace is often kind of framed oddly in a lot of shots. I wonder if it's just like they took the photos of the backgrounds and then hired an actress who was shorter than they intended.
Guten Tag.
Grüß Gott, Frau Nakimura. Ich habe etwas für Sie.
Of course. I wish I could have gotten the subtitles working.
Oh, it's from Gabriel.
Ja, das ist vom Schattenjäger.
Yeah. No, I think you... Gabriel is a working partner and... Never mind. Danke.
Bitte, brauchen Sie noch etwas?
My German isn't good enough for chit-chat.
Do I have anything to give her? I don't think I do. Gabriel to Grace letter. Gabriel to Grace letter. I'm just gonna mail this to Ludwig.
I don't want to mail that.
It's a letter. You can mail it.
My German isn't good enough for
there's the
chit-chat.
exit.
Danke.
Bitte.
Whee! Anything happening in the town hall?
Guess they're closed.
Fair enough. All right, let's head into... Ooh.
I wonder what kind of flowers these are.
I don't think I... Oh, darn it, that goes... I don't want to go back up. No! I thought that was going into the church. It was not.
These
Coffins are not as old as it's making out to be.
Jürgen Ritter, 1403 to 1461. Wolfgang Ritter, 10 May 1923 to 25 June 1993. It's a silver heart. Someone must have left it as a mourning gift.
Okay. Have I run out of places? Okay, that just says it doesn't know what type of flowers those are. It's this way. It had an exit over here. Hello, David Alexander. Oh, scary boo. Nope, I guess that's just a glitch. Okay, back up. Let's see if Gerda's up here now. She is not. Come on. Can I be a creepy weirdo and go in through the back door to visit, see if Gerda's in her room?
I don't want to go back into Gerda's bedroom. She might catch me in there.
Okay, well, let's go out the back then.
How convenient. The castle looks huge from here. They've got more rooms left to restore than I thought.
I'm just looking to see if there's any sort of other hot spots.
The castle looks...
Not really, no. Interesting. Let's go into the very easy to open and totally normal library. Gabriel had to do a whole spell thing and see a dragon and cut his hair. Grace just wanders in.
It wasn't worth picking up the first time.
Let's see if I can call this...
Professor Barkley will call when he finds out something.
Okay.
I'll write to Gabriel, soon as I have enough info to blow his little investigation out of the water.
Can't go anywhere at this point because I need the keys to the car. And Gerda won't give me the keys to the car. Is there anywhere I haven't been? Huh. Just making sure there's no more rooms in the castle. Just going to check everywhere again to see if anything changed.
I don't have anything else to say to the Smiths right now.
Okay. Very interesting.
St. Georg Church.
I'm assuming that's like founded by Martin Ritter in 1242.
I don't want to disturb her.
Anybody here seen Gerda?
These coffins are really old.
Huh. Why does it give me an exit thing there and then doesn't let me go? Very rude. Oh, maybe there's something I have to look at in the library. Maybe I have something more to research. Up we go. Come on.
I wish I could read these biographies of Ludwig. Wait a minute. Ludwig II, fairy tale king of Bavaria. I didn't see this before. Yep, English. Huh.
Yay! Knowledge for me. Let's have a little read. Ludwig II, Fairy Tale King of Bavaria, by Sir Richmond Chapel. By Bertel Publishing at 123 Lettrib Alec in Frankfurt.
Ludwig remained throughout his life both very bright and very naive. He was an introvert who seemed to be constantly out of sync with traditional views of rulership, money, and human relationships. The world ever failed to match his ideals. Perhaps this was a fault of his sheltered upbringing as future king. He never was introduced to the real world, and the real world failed to interest him as an adult. In his youth, Ludwig was in fine physical condition and loved to hike alone in the Alps and ride horses. He had a hunting lodge, Schahen, specifically for this purpose. Unfortunately, in 1872, a rather traumatic hunting accident befell the king at Schahen, and his leg was cruelly damaged. He never fully recovered from this incident, and his hiking and riding ceased. His physical health deteriorated from that time on, and explains why he looked so unhealthy in later years. A hunting accident?
I want to make the clever comments, Grace.
Ludwig remained throughout his life in his youth. A hunting accident?
Okay.
Other than his long-standing friendship with the Empress Elizabeth of Austria and with his mother, the relationships Ludwig attempted with others were nearly always a disappointment for him and a bewilderment for his partners.
You know what? Same.
He would become obsessed with someone, a singer, an artist, a nobleman or a peasant, and would bombard them with gifts, praise, and favors. When they would fail to return the depths of rapturous passion he required, the singular adoration and humble obedience he expected, he would grow disappointed and cut himself off from them. The objects of his interest were occasionally women, usually ones he fell in love with after seeing them in idealized roles on the stage, but they were more often young men who fit his fantasies of the heroic sagas like Lohengrin and Parsifal that he so loved.
Sounds a lot like Hans Christian Andersen as well, idealizing people and needing to make his life all about that person. Andersen was known to have, on a whim, gone to visit Charles Dickens and stayed for a month, and just like he wouldn't leave because he loved Charles Dickens' books so much.
A good example of the king's obsessive behavior in relationships is the following letter from the Königlich Bayerische archives, which this author was privileged to access. It is dated 1864, and it was written by Ludwig's manservant, Paul, to a friend. The king has been in high mood these days. The reason, of course, is a new interest. Thursday last, the king attended a performance of Lohengrin in the Wittelsbacher Theater.
Welcome.
He came back in a fever, demanding that a man be found. The man, it was gathered, had been sitting in a box across from Ludwig and had drawn the king's attention by his beauty.
Well, now I'm just thinking of him sitting in like a cardboard box, like a
cat. To the performance. The king declared that here at last is a sensitive soul. The man was tracked down and brought in for an audience. Upon my word, never have I seen any mind so in line with His Majesty's own. They discussed Wagner and France and Byron and all manner of things until long past dawn. The young man, beautiful indeed to look upon, met the king's enthusiasm and knowledge bit for bit. His Majesty has been in the thick of it ever since, and while I welcome his good temper, I grow tired of fetching letters back and forth to Louis, so called by His Majesty, that should tell you who the young man looks like, at all hours of the night. This author has not been able to learn much about Louis, but he was known to have been a seemingly high-bred foreigner, and he was involved with Ludwig as late as 1880 when he fell into disfavor. The king, especially later in life, felt a great deal of guilt about his sensual nature. His diaries are full of repentant entries begging God for forgiveness and swearing to remain pure. In many of the diary entries, he swears to abstain from sexual relations. The number of these oath entries indicate that Ludwig was not very successful in resisting temptation, yet it is also clear that Ludwig was a God-fearing man and that, though his flesh might occasionally fall, he never surrendered his heart and his conscience to sin.
And then just chapter 6, which I can't read. Okay. And we're making my way downtown, walking fast, 'cause I skip all the cutscenes. Do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do-do. And if I remember correctly, maybe things will have changed now, and I will find Gerda. I do not find Gerda. Oh. Where, oh, where can Gerda be? Oh, where can Gerda be? She's not here, and I need the car keys. And why am I not able to exit? Okay, there we go. That was weird. What is happening? I am clicking. Nothing is happening. Okay. What is happening? Seriously, I'm clicking. Technology hates me. Okay. What on earth? Have I just been clicking too fast and it's... The game has decided that it doesn't like me? See if I can sort of... Well, I can't do anything here either. Ooh. And now we're stuck here. I can't exit out of this screen. That's a fun time for me. Loving this. This is great. Technology just loves me today. Oh, my soundboard dies. My lights die. Now the game is locked up. Ah! Why? Why can't things just work? Okay, well, I guess we're doing a hard shutdown of the game, and we're starting over the day from the beginning. Fun times in the old town tonight. Is it a coincidence that the game crashed right when a bot showed up in chat? Probably, but I'm going to blame them anyways. Okay, and oh yeah, I hadn't saved at all. So of course the day's called haven't saved. All right, let's try and do this in a bit more of an efficient manner. Start off, going to get the book. I now have the book. I shall read the book.
Ludwig remained throughout. In his youth, Ludwig was in a hunting accident?
I'm just going to skip
Other
through
than
this.
His long-standing
We've just read
friendship
this
with
all.
When they would fail. A good example, the king has been, the man was tracked. His Majesty, this author, the king is in many of the
There we go, okay. Exit. And down we go.
I wonder what Gabe is up to.
Why do you have to be so mistrustful, Grace? She's allowed to live her life. All right. I'll go in the same order I did before.
Hello there, Dee.
You mentioned the other night that...
I'm just skipping through all these conversations because we just did them all.
The other night you... Are you sure?
And tarot reading.
Well, maybe we...
At least I don't have to
Anytime you need us,
click like
by.
for every
Be careful.
different shot as a different
Thanks.
thing. Okay. I'm not going to even bother talking to you.
There's no one there.
Ring-a-ding the doorbell.
My German isn't good enough for chit-chat.
Hello, Dragon Lancer. Oh, technology's hating me today. My lights have died. My soundboard has died. The game just crashed, so we're zipping through, trying to get back to where I was before. We look at these flowers.
I wonder what kind of flowers these are.
You'll never know, Grace. You'll never know.
St. Georg Church.
Okay. most fun times. Okay. Now will I find Gerda? No! Dang it!
Jürgen Ritter, 14. Martin Ritter, 1190 to 1253.
Interesting. 1253 was when the church was founded.
These coffins are...
Huh. The little old lady's done praying. Let me out. Okay. We're good. And you know what? I'm going to save now. Nope, that's not how you save. How do you save again? Oh, right, this. No. There we go. Save. Game, crash, big, sad. Okay. Maybe I'll mail this book to Gabe now that I've read it.
I'll write to Gabriel, as soon as I have enough info to blow his little investigation out of the water.
Maybe I can call the guy who wrote the book?
I'm not sure why I'd want to call the biography's publisher.
Oh, interesting. Oh, I haven't read Gabe's letter today. That's probably helpful.
Gracie, you decided to come over. That's great. Good and tag and all that. I'm sure you and Gertie are hitting it off. But thanks for finding the werewolf book. I'm not sure what it all means, but it might be useful. But Ludwig II, you know, I think you might have something there. Ubergrau says there are 2 places you should check out. Ludwig had a castle called New Swan something, and there's a museum about him here in chemistry. Something like that. I really think you should spend some time looking into it.
Yeesh. Gabe,
Gracie,
just communicate.
Don't worry. Things are going very smoothly this time around. I've tracked a suspect to a hunt club run by a man named Von Glauer. He seems okay, but I'm sure there's something going on with at least one of the others. Don't worry, though. I met a police detective named Lieber, so I have backup. I'll be finished soon. Sit tight and enjoy your visit till I get there. Gabriel.
What does he think, I'm on vacation here? And no address. Thank you very much, Mr. Knight. I'll write to Gabriel.
Maybe now that I've read that, Gerda will be... Because I remember that she's going to be, like, that's where she's gone. She has gone to the church. But I have to make her actually show up in the church. Yay! There we go. Progress is being made.
Gerda's here. I wonder what she's up to.
Why are you so distrustful? She obviously, like, you know that's Wolfgang's grave. Grace, you're just the worst in this game.
Oh my god. Gerda was in love with Wolfgang.
You couldn't have guessed that by the signed photograph in her room that you broke into? Grace!
Boy, do I feel stupid or what.
You should.
I really should apologize, but I don't want to interrupt her. Maybe there's something else I can do.
Ooh, there's roses back up at the castle. So I have... Come on. Okay, wait, I guess we're going now. Back into the castle! The backtracking in this game is pretty painful. It wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't for the little interstitial scenes. There we go. Look at the flowers. Look at the pretty flowers. Grace gets 1,000 thorn pricks. And where are you putting those? Okay, and we're going back around. We're making progress. Story beats are happening. Come on. Do people speedrun this game? I'm sure they must. They speedrun everything, but... This one does feel slightly obnoxious. And Des Flores.
That's better, don't you think?
Oh, hello, Spider. Welcome in. Grace, you're the worst.
I'm so sorry. I was an idiot.
Yeah, you were.
Gabriel and I, we never... I know. It's my fault. It's Gabriel's fault. He never tells me anything. I don't know why he didn't want me on this case. Maybe he just... Don't even try to make excuses for him.
The game is going pretty good. It crashed a little bit ago, but not bad. Other technology. Being
Will you help me out
mean,
with something?
a light system broke. That's why I am PNG girl today.
I have to do some research on Ludwig. I want to go see some of his castles. Take Gabriel's car. There's a map of southern Bavaria in the car. Ludwig's castles are all marked. Thanks. Good luck.
Hey, I'm sorry that you're very sad, Gerda, but now I've got wheels. Okay, and car keys, and car. Let's go check out some castles. Forget just how loud car doors were in the 90s compared to modern cars. A modern car door closes with a... Whereas 90s cars, bam! Okay, so we have Herrn Chiemsee, we have Rittersberg, we have Neuschwanstein. I don't think there's much in Herrn Chiemsee, so I'm going to go there first. I'm going to talk to the lady first, of course.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
I'd like to buy a ticket.
Ich hätte gern eine Eintrittskarte fürs Museum.
Ja, 8 Mark für eine Ganztagskarte. So.
Danke.
Bitte.
Why are you so snappish, Grace? You were interrupting her reading a book. You weren't much nicer as a cashier yourself. All right, are we all ready for education? Oops.
In this letter, dated November 1886, Elizabeth of Austria thanks Bishop Frank for his assistance in helping her fulfill Ludwig's last wishes. She writes that she knows it was an unusual request, but she believes Ludwig had reasons of his own for wishing it to be done. She hopes that his spirit finds peace at last. No further reference to this letter has ever been found. One can only speculate what the last wishes of a cornered and embattled Ludwig might have been.
What were his last wishes? This place is giving me more questions than answers.
Oh, I have to click down here. Okay, I see. I read these things in reverse now.
July 3rd, 1863. Elizabeth, you can have no idea, dear cousin, how happy you made me. The hours recently passed with you in the railway carriage I consider among the happiest in my life. Never will their memory fade. You gave me permission to visit you at Ischl. If the time comes for this ardent hope to be fulfilled, I shall be of all men upon earth the most blessed. The feelings of sincere love and reverence and faithful attachment to you, which I cherished in my heart even as a boy, makes me imagine heaven upon earth, and will be extinguished by death alone. I beg you with all my heart to forgive the contents of this letter, but I could not help myself. Ludwig.
Elizabeth frequently gave Ludwig advice on royal conduct, hoping to protect him from unfavorable
Elizabeth frequently gave Ludwig
advice
on royal conduct, hoping to protect him from unfavorable public opinion. March 1st, 1865. My dearest Eagle, you have not written me in a few months. I have missed you. I often try to imagine what you are doing. I hear tales that you have been on retreat and have not been seen in Munich for some time. I suspect it is this new friend you wrote up so mysteriously that takes you away from home. I hope you are enjoying yourself, my beloved, but I beg you to caution. The people need to see you at the throne. I also hesitate to suggest that what your officials do in your absence may not always be in your own best interest. You have always been a true king, but you must let the people see you to ensure that they don't forget that. E. Your dove. Ludwig's friends were concerned for his mental state long before his arrest. June 14th, 1878. My beloved Eagle, in your last letter you spoke so movingly of your torment that I was moved to tears. What is this torment? Why won't you confess to me what is truly troubling you? You must know that I would never despise you, no matter how horrible you believe your sins to be. Please do not write such barbs to my heart by even suggesting such things. If you do not wish to confess to me, At least tell me how I can aid you. I am always your true one, your dove.
Okay, and I already read that one. Okie dokie. Ooh. Oh, I wanted to look at the pictures.
They certainly make an incredible looking couple. They certainly make an... They certainly...
Okay. Can't look at that portrait over there.
Ludwig is Prince Charming. He played the part well.
Can I ask her? I doubt I can ask her anything else. I can't talk to her properly.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
Is this the Ludwig Museum?
Ist das die Ludwig Museum?
Ja, ja. Ludwig der Zweite von Bayern.
I hope you are all as enlightened by that as I was. Okay, we have more stuff over here. Die letzten Tage. These days.
June 7th, 1886. A group of men arrive at Neuschwanstein Castle demanding to take the king in custody. With them is Dr. Guden, the doctor who had been in charge of Otto, the king's mentally ill brother. The men have an order for the king's arrest on the grounds of insanity. They are refused admittance by a brave group of farmers and local soldiers who have come to Ludwig's aid. They are forced to retreat to nearby Hohenschwangau. This is the first Ludwig hears of the conspiracy. Ludwig composes a pamphlet explaining the subversive acts of the conspirators and eloquently pleading with his people for aid. The pamphlet is smuggled out of Neuschwanstein and printed, but the pamphlets are seized before they can be distributed. June 12, 1886. Ludwig knows the conspirators will return. He despairs. He asks his servant for the keys to the tower. The servant, fearing the king intends suicide, says the key is lost. Unbeknownst to Ludwig, the conspirators arrive at the castle. This time, there is no one to stop them. Ludwig is lured from his bedroom to the entry hall of Neuschwanstein on pretense. There, he is taken into custody. Ludwig is taken by carriage from Neuschwanstein to Berg, where his brother Otto had long been imprisoned. This is a great blow to the king's state of mind. While on the way, the group stops at Seeshaupt to change horses. Ludwig asks to see the postmistress, Frau Vogel. She brings him a glass of water and he says something to her. She never reveals these last words to anyone.
Ooh, mystery.
June 13th, 1886. At Berg, Ludwig seems cooperative and coherent. Dr. Guden writes to the government that he has Ludwig well under control. The two men go out for a walk, and Dr. Guden is so confident he dismisses the guards. When Ludwig and the doctor do not return after several hours, a search is undertaken. The bodies of the two men are found in the lake, drowned. Circumstances unknown. June 13th, 1886. When Ludwig and... June 18th, 1886. Ludwig's funeral procession marches through the streets of Munich, followed by enormous crowds of mourners. The service is held at a packed St. Michael's church. Lightning strikes the church during the service, but no one is harmed. Ludwig's body is entombed in the Wittelsbach crypt at St. Michael's. His heart is placed in an urn in the pilgrimage chapel at Altading in the Wittelsbach tradition. The urn is shown to the right. His heart is in an urn. How bizarre.
Dee-dee-ding, dee-dee-dee. How bizarre, how bizarre. Ooh, baby.
Oh my God. That's the slave from my dream.
You had a dream? I must have oh, that's a thing I can do. I forgot to save before the end of chapter 3, so it didn't have the opening of chapter 4. Let's actually get that on stream. I'm so good at this. I'm so good at stuffing things. This would probably have been helpful to have done at the beginning so that I understood what I'm supposed to be doing today. You saw an anime movie yesterday, The Chainsaw Man? The Chainsaw Man, the movie? It was crazy? Oh, we went to theaters. Nice. What's the last movie I saw in theaters? I honestly don't remember. It's about a person who gets powers when he can turn his head and arms into chainsaws. So it's like the Evil Dead, but more so. Wolves, howling wolves. That was weird. The moon. So fortunate that it's a full moon just this whole time. Okay. So that was the, that would have made this make a lot more sense.
Ludwig embarking on his sleigh.
Jingle bells, jingle bells. To kill time while waiting for people to come back from the ad break, I shall attempt to read this in German. And I apologize, but I also don't. Please laugh at me. Die mitternachtlichen Schlittenfahrten. Oh, great. König Ludwig unternahm nachtlange Schlittenfahrten, besonders als alter wurde. Es heißt, dass an Schlaflosigkeit, Kopf und Zahnschmerzen litt und dass die Schlittenfahrten seine Ruhelosigkeit linderte. Der Anblick des königlichen Schlittens, wie es noch durch die Alpenlandisch Gegend glitt, machte die Landbevölkerung nervös. Besonders abergläubische Naturen deuteten ihn als schlechtes Omen. I hope you all enjoyed my attempt at German. Let's see what it says in English.
The midnight sleigh rides. Ludwig went on long sleigh rides in the middle of the night, particularly in his later years. It is said that he suffered from insomnia, headaches, and toothaches, and the rides soothed his restlessness. The sight of the king's grand sleigh speeding through the countryside of the Alps often startled the peasants and became a superstitious omen of ill fortune. I can see why. But what was he doing out there at night?
Sounds a lot like the Wild Hunt in sort of Gaelic mythologies. The Wild Hunt, not just in The Witcher 3.
Ludwig's death mask. Wow. idea what that says. Looks old, though. I don't have anything to say to her at the moment. One of Ludwig's few close friends was Empress Elizabeth of Austria. She was a distant cousin of the boy Prince, and he saw her often growing up. Graceful and beautiful, Elizabeth seemed to represent the feminine ideal to the younger Ludwig. Their friendship continued after her marriage, mainly by correspondence. She remained a source of stability for Ludwig throughout his life. In keeping with Ludwig's love of romance and drama, he called her the Dove, and he to her was the Eagle.
There we go. And that's, I think, all that I have to do at Herren Chiemsee. Let's check out Neuschwanstein. Like, that's pretty. Doesn't matter how insane Ludwig was. Man had a good eye for architecture. Tour tape.
Our tour begins in the entry hall. Ludwig II lived from 1845 to 1886. He assumed the Bavarian throne at the age of 18 when his father died. Ludwig's passion was building castles. He built 3 during his lifetime: Linderhof, Herren Chiemsee, and Neuschwanstein. Plans for a 4th castle, Falkenstein, were underway when he died. In addition to his obsession with building, Ludwig also had a passion for classical heroic German mythology, a taste he shared with the German opera composer Richard Wagner. Neuschwanstein is decorated throughout with themes from these stories, most of which directly relate to Wagner's operas.
Well, bye, my guy. Where are you going? I am just going to turn down the music a little bit because it can be difficult to hear the tapes. And actually, you know what? I'm going to save because I'm in here. Shall I dare to try and spell Neuschwanstein? Neuschwanstein. I think that's it. Oh, Dragonlancer, thanks so much for giving out the gift sub. And congrats, Glorious Spider. What do we got going on here? We have Pretty Boy bids Naked Man make a sword.
These scenes seem to tell a story, but I have no idea what story.
The paintings in this room are from the Siegfried saga.
These scenes are from the Siegfried saga.
I love that she just heard that for the first time and now says it very confidently. And you know what? I feel that in my soul. I hear about something once and it's like, yes, I will tell you about this. Like I have always known this. It says Neuschwanstein right at the top. I could have read it from there. Oh well.
I wonder where that door leads.
Leads to your doom!
I don't think the guards want to be bothered while on duty.
You said duty.
You are now standing in the king's bedroom. The theme of the bedroom is Tristan and Isolde, the tragic love story retold in Wagner's opera. The opera was given its first performance in Munich in 1865, and a 20-year-old Ludwig attended. This is probably the most elaborate and expensive bedroom ever created. It took 14 woodcarvers 4.5 years to create this room. It was this kind of extravagance that bankrupted the king. In the years before his death, he found it increasingly difficult to find money from any source.
Bye, guy. Oh, and we have another guard coming in. So don't try any fancy stuff.
Scenes from the opera Tristan and Isolde. Scenes from the opera Tristan and Isolde.
I think it's the Louvre that until very recently, they had like tour tapes like this, but they were on Nintendo DS's that actually controlled them. Which, you know, that's pretty clever. Let's go to this one first.
This is Ludwig's private chapel. The king was a devout Catholic, as were all of the Wittelsbacher rulers. They supported the Roman Church even when other European countries were dominated by Protestantism.
The Black Madonna of El Tadin. I wonder what her story is all about. It's a beautiful crucifix, ivory and gold. It's a beautiful...
Thought maybe I could look at the writing above it. Oh, I can look up, though.
A king saint? I wonder if Ludwig pictured himself that way, or maybe he just wanted to be that way.
The paintings above the altar depict St. Louis surrounded by the seraphim, an interesting sight. For a period of about a year, the Louis images in all three castles were ordered to be covered up with black cloth on the unfathomable whim of the king.
A king saint?
Okay. I thought she might have something different to say. So I can't even click on these.
The stained glass window depicts St. Louis receiving the last sacraments.
What's this way?
This is the king's living room. The walls are decorated with scenes from the Lohengrin saga. The king first saw Wagner's opera Lohengrin when he was 16, and it so affected him that he considered it a form of enlightenment. The tragedy of Lohengrin was his essential loneliness. This too was Ludwig's own fate. Ludwig withdrew more and more into his fantasy world of epic heroes and absolute monarchy. An ideal he was determined to create in his castles if he could not have it in his real life. He only wanted to be alone with his dreams, so much so that even his servants were kept at a distance and were not allowed to look at him.
What were you afraid they'd see?
Werewolfiness.
The miracle of the Grail.
Blood of the sacred, blood of the damned. Grace doesn't have anything to say about it.
These linens look seriously expensive and seriously old. I'm surprised people don't sit in these chairs when the guard's not looking.
I didn't remember. Okay, there is a tour tape.
The closed door leads to the tower, which is not part of the tour. The king was making his way to this very door when he was arrested in 1886.
There's no tower tour? Le Tour de Tower. Le Tour de Tour. Okay. Go team me. I have seen things. Let's go see if I can... Oh! Gerd is back!
Hi, Gerda. I'm back. Good.
Everything's normal now. I was a complete and utter raging bitch to you yesterday, but everything's fine now. Smiley happy.
Gerda? Yes?
Ask about Gabe.
Have you heard from Gabriel at all?
No, Grace, I'm sorry.
Never mind.
Okay, I know it was the style at the time in the 90s, but the fact that one side of her hair is longer than the other really bugs me.
I'm not sure what other case books would be read.
I'm trying to get to the typewriter.
I'll write to Gabriel. Soon as I have enough info to blow his little investigation out of the water. A ticket to the Ludwig Museum.
Okay. Now can I try?
I'm not sure why I'd want to call the biography's publisher.
We didn't even come up with a response to what to do if you try and click the book on the typewriter. Just like, nah, that's not a thing. Why are you doing that, you weirdo?
There's nothing else on werewolves in the occult section. Nothing else I can use in the biography section.
These are the only 3 sections of the library. Biographies, occult section, werewolves. Case logs, sorry, not werewolves. I love the little piano plinklies.
At least I have.
Yeah. Okay. Car keys. Let's see if there's... I hit the hint button if it gives me a guide. Really like the music in this. Yeah, Robert Holmes did a delightful job. And oh my gosh, once we get to chapter 6, holy crap. Like, the music in the rest of the game could have been nothing. Oh, I've got stuff to do everywhere still. Oh, well. But just for the fact of the music in the last chapter, they could have just slacked on everything else. Would you like a ticket? Okay. What did I miss?
Ludwig is Prince Charming.
What did I miss? What did I miss? Okay, I read all of these. Can't look at the actual handwriting. Looked at this. Looked at that. Looked at all of those. Oh, I didn't look at these. Ha ha!
December 14th, 1881, Linderhof. Order another work by Jennings on the occult. Write urgently to Klug, saying that I insist that the stoppages by the bank cease. I want it, and therefore it must be done. Write very urgently. He must succeed at once, and then must report to me urgently. If I give orders to clear my room, doing so must not be postponed as it happened. Pencils must be pointed without special orders. The day after tomorrow, 1,000 marks. How is Louis now? I want to know whether he looks unhappy. How often have I said that the coffee must not come up boiling hot, so that it can only be drunk after standing an hour? If any more correspondence come from Louis, they are to be burnt immediately, but I am to be informed of their arrival.
That is very scattered. Like, I need 1,000 marks, and also my pencil's sharpened, and also I want to know if Louis looks sad, and if he wrote to me, but I don't want to read the letter.
December 14th,
if I...
These are actual notes from Ludwig to his servants. They go far in showing the king's state of mind. They were smuggled out and used as evidence in compiling the order for Ludwig's arrest. December 18th, 1881, Linderhof. Every day get up earlier for certain. See to that very particularly. Write it down. Remember that when the great friend arrives at Neuschwanstein, we retire to the hall. We are not to be disturbed. I will not tolerate interference or insubordination.
Interesting. Oh, there's still more there. Huh. Thought I ran out of hotspots. Interesting. Okay, maybe I'll go back to Neuschwanstein. Just sometimes you need to go somewhere else, sort of unlock a thing that you need to do or look at in the first place.
I don't think the guards want to...
Yeah, there's definitely rooms I haven't been in here. Oh, there we go. Aha, different point of view.
You are now standing in the king's bedroom. The theme of the bedroom is Tristan and Isolde.
Hello, Shadow Ronin. Your timing is cursed. Why is your timing cursed?
The opera was given its first performance in Munich in 1865, and a 20-year-old Ludwig attended. This is probably the most elaborate and extensive bedroom ever created. It was this kind
the music feels like instrumentals for Enya. It's very
in the years before his death,
clinky, sort of noodling
money from any source.
Music, but it's like this is what Gabriel Knight music should sound like. Oh no, I want to be here. I want to go there. Oh, that's Chap again. No. How the heck? Okay, I haven't gone to the ballroom. Aha! There we go.
More swans.
The swan motif is featured throughout the castle, but it is particularly prominent in this room. Both the swan and the lily were symbols Ludwig associated with himself. They represented his ideals of majesty and purity. The painting behind the swan shows Lohengrin's arrival.
As we mentioned last time, swans are one of the goofiest looking animals when they're out of the water. They're gorgeous in the water, all beautiful curves and so forth. Out of the water, giant ducks.
I can almost picture Ludwig in here. I wonder what he really dreamt about in this room.
This is a reproduction of the grotto from the Tannhäuser saga. In such places, Ludwig could pretend he was one of his beloved mythic heroes. As the grotto personifies, the castles were solitary playgrounds built for Ludwig alone. He believed the masses were too coarse to appreciate fine art, and he seldom entertained guests. In fact, Ludwig had a standing order that upon his death, the castles were to be destroyed. Fortunately, the estate was in such debt that the castles were opened for paying tours only weeks after Ludwig's death.
He got on a stream, said hi, and that caused the stream to crash somehow. Went on to another chat, and when it started talking at an enormous rate, interrupted you. The last thing you want is a dang ad. Nowhere as you talk. Ah.
They have paid for their construction many times over.
Oh, another guard. Sometimes I feel like somebody's watching me. That's the tour tape on
This is the king's study. Ludwig spent much time at his desk, writing letters, drawing up plans for his projects, and studying his favorite authors. He loved poetry, history, and the classics. In later years, he also studied the occult. What affairs of state he did reluctantly attend to were generally attended to alone at his desk in writing. His reluctance to meet with his heads of state and perform the duties of the king were one of the reasons for the charges brought against him in 1886. But Ludwig dreamt of true kingship and a true monarchy, and the small powers left to him after Bavaria succeeded power to Prussia
that you haven't even got on Twitch
incited his disdain and frustration.
All day long? Oh. Well, I hope things seem to be working now. Let's see.
I wonder why he was studying the occult before he died.
'Cause he's a werewolf.
I wonder why... I doubt there's anything left in there now. Besides, the guard would kill me if I touched it.
The studied paintings depict scenes from the Tannhäuser Saga in the Wartburg Castle.
Is the music like this in the third Gabriel Knight game? Yes, actually, all three Gabriel Knight games are composed by Robert Holmes, who is Jane Jensen, the game designer's husband, and that's so cute. And there you go again, got transferred to another chat from nowhere. Yeah, actually on my OBS, it's showing that, like, I got a little notice next to your name, showing that you've got, like, unreliable video. So I don't know if that's what's happening. Like you might have something weird going on with your connection. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I've never seen it before. That's why I actually looked into it. You got like a little eyeball with a cross up through it saying that you're listening only. Yeah. Unreliable video. I don't know what this is. I've never seen it before, but man, you're noted as listening only. Also, in this scene, boobs. Hooray! Oops, no, didn't want to do that. Why don't you look at this paint?
The studied paintings depict scenes from the Tannhäuser Saga in the Wartburg Castle.
Oh, that's the thing you put on there. Okay, well then, never mind.
This is the final room of our tour, the Singers' Hall. It was
like a
modeled
stamp?
after the Singers' Hall of the Wartburg Castle, where minstrel competitions were held in the 13th century. The hall was built for small private concerts, but Ludwig himself never gave one here. It is said that during the last few years of Wagner's life, he came to Neuschwanstein frequently and performed for the king alone in this room. The hall is probably best known for its enigmatic wolf paintings. The original paintings were from the Parsifal saga, but in 1882, Ludwig had them replaced, supplying the description and titles of the new paintings himself. The hunters tracked down Engelhard and Hildegunde. Hildegunde's imprisonment.
The wolf.
The wedding feast of Hildegunde and the Baron. The death of Engelhard.
Interesting. Why can't I click?
This is the final room of our tour, the Singers' Hall. It was modeled after the Singers' Hall of the Wartburg Castle. The hall is...
Okay. Okay, let's see if I can get... Okay, I think this is the beginning.
Engelhart and the Blacksmith. Engelhart courts Hildegunde. The hunters track down Engelhart and Hildegunde. Hildegunde's imprisonment. The wedding feast of Hildegunde and the Baron. The death of Engelhart.
Okay, got the full story now. Let's see. Oh, I still got more to do everywhere. Let's go back into here in Keemsey. Take a look at portraits again.
Ludwig is Prince Charming. He played the part well.
This feels like I have to do something with her, but I don't know what. Were you shaking your head at me that I don't have to do anything with you?
Maybe Mrs. Smith will know what my dream meant. I have to ask someone. This thing is getting too weird. Ludwig embarking on his sleigh.
Maybe that's what I was missing there. I just hadn't actually looked at it. Let's go back to Rittersburg, doo-da, doo-da. Because now I have a mission, oh, doo-da day. Let's go talk to Mrs. Smith, doo-da, doo-da. Of course she is not here, oh, doo-da day.
Herr Huber?
Yes?
Okay.
Are the Smiths in their room?
Yeah, I believe so.
Could you ask them to come down, please?
Oh, yeah, natürlich.
I wish I could have gotten the subtitles to work. Just to make the German bits a bit more intelligible. What's going on?
I had a dream last night. I didn't remember it at first, but I saw something today at one of the museums.
What was the dream?
I was being chased in the woods by wolves. And I saw a sleigh. Ludwig was inside. He pulled me up, and I thought I was safe. But then he turned into a wolf.
So what do you think, Mother?
A dream of rescue is a spiritual guide dream. The High Priestess in Gabriel's cards must be linked to Ludwig somehow.
What do the wolves represent?
I'm a psychic, dear, not Freud. But the warning I got was about the black wolf, wasn't it? And the wolves in the dream. It must be the same danger.
It's so frustrating. The more I find out, the more questions I have.
Why don't
I'm
you try
researching
a little
werewolves and then I
communicating
have a
of your
dream about wolves?
Ludwig
How
is
could
the
this
link.
be?
Appeal to him. The answers may not come right away, but at least you'll give the guide something specific to say the next time she contacts you.
Isn't there any way that you could, do a psychic reading on Ludwig or something?
To tell you the truth, I've been trying all day to make contact, but I only feel great despair. Ludwig's soul is not at peace.
I'd better go.
Anytime you need us, stop by.
And be careful now.
Little jazz.
Thanks.
Little jazz. Okay. I'm going to take a look at my journal, see what I've got going on. Okay, last thing I read was that Gabe's a pig. Right. Gabe claims he's doing just fine on the case. He's investigating the suspect at the Hunt Club. He didn't send an address. Fine, I have my own eggs to fry. Werewolf case in Rittersburg. Nothing new there. Black Wolf 1864. Nothing new there. Okay, Mrs. Smith thinks that Christian Ritter's letter to Ludwig about the Black Wolf and her own warning about the Black Wolf so soon thereafter are pointing to the way to Ludwig. She says I should look into him. While I may not totally buy her logic, I can't help but agree with her. Oh, there we go. Where do I click to flip the page? Oh, there we go. Okay. Neuschwanstein. Ludwig lived from 1845 to 1886. He built 3 castles. Wagner seems to have had a major effect on Ludwig's life. Find out more about that. Neuschwanstein. Ludwig was bankrupted after spending extravagantly on construction. Neuschwanstein. Ludwig and his whole family were devout Catholics. His private chapel contains images of the Black Madonna of Altaring, Mary figure, and St. Louis of France. He apparently had a thing for the French monarchy, but at one point had all of the Louis images in all of his castles covered up. Mean something? Schweinstein. Ludwig was really into swans and lilies. They represented purity and majesty. Later in his life, he became more and more reclusive, didn't even want servants to look at him. Schweinstein. Weird. Ludwig wanted his castles destroyed after his death? I wondered why. Schweinstein. Ludwig studied the occult. Also, he withdrew from his state duties, wanted to be a real king, but didn't have much power under Prussia. Should find out more about Bavaria's relationship with Prussia. Okay. Schweinstein. There are paintings in the Singers' Hall portraying scenes from an unknown story, scenes involving a wolf. More than that, the story looks like a werewolf story to me. Plus, these paintings aren't the original paintings. Ludwig had these put in later, covering the old ones up. Perhaps I'm letting my imagination overrun my objectivity. What story are these scenes from? Why did Ludwig... Oh, excuse me. Yawning. Oh. Why did Ludwig have a sudden affinity with a wolf? Possible werewolf story. Mrs. Smith and I discussed my Ludwig dream. She says the dream confirms that Gabriel's spirit guide is linked somehow to Ludwig and that the spirit guide is powerful. It reached unpsychic me through a dream. She also thinks the wolves symbolize the danger we're being warned about. Like, I couldn't figure that much out for myself. Okay, Herr Chiemsee. Ludwig had a good friend, Empress Elizabeth of Austria. Her letters mention a new friend of Ludwig's, 1865 and 1878. Ludwig being tormented in some way, which he won't tell her about. Huh. It's interesting. These don't seem to be showing up in order that I find them. I haven't really looked at the journals too much, but it's a very interesting and useful mechanic in the game. I do like it. Okay. Baron Kimsey, Ludwig notes to his servants. Pretty whacked. This is not a happy man. He mentions needing money, and he's obviously pissed off at someone named Louis. He talks about the great friend visiting and that they aren't to be disturbed. I forgot last night I dreamt... Oh my goodness. Oh, yawning. Sorry about that, everyone. I dreamt Ludwig rescued me from a pack of wolves in a sleigh. It was in the woods at night, and the sleigh he was in looks like his real sleigh, which I saw in the museum. How could I have dreamt it so accurately when I've never seen the sleigh before? Never knew that he took sleigh rides. Baron Chiemsee. After Ludwig died, Elizabeth of Austria wrote to the bishop thanking him for helping her fulfill Ludwig's last wishes. What were they? I hate the fact that everyone who knows any of these answers is dead. Smith Wolf? Last night, a man and woman from Pennsylvania showed up at the castle to meet the Schottenjäger. The woman, Mrs. Smith, seemed to go into a trance and warn me about the Black Wolf. 3 Black Wolves? That's a little hard to believe. I'll keep this under the Black Wolf section until I learn more about it. It's interesting. It's like the only series you know of that each game had completely different type of graphics for each sequel. VGA, FMV, then 3D. Yeah, there's not a specific visual style for a Gabriel Knight game, but the music really does carry through between all of the games. So you still have a general aesthetic sense that all of the games are connected, even though each one looks completely different. Mrs. Smith claims to not know anything about the Black Wolf. She says she was channeling the message from someone else. She says she doesn't know who, but that the force was very powerful. She wants to help get to the bottom of it. I suppose I could use the help, even if she is a bit odd. Yeah, and that's Grand Canyon's a bit deep. Wagner. Okay, Did Tim Curry voice the 3D one? Yes, he did. And they also got Mark Hamill, who voiced Detective Mosley back as well. But they have a different voice actress for Grace. Huh. Maybe I had another thing I can say to her. Gabriel's case?
I was wondering if you've changed your mind about telling me where Gabriel is. It's really important.
No. Sorry.
Thanks.
Bitte.
Did everybody feel edified by that? Do you now know more things? Maybe I can...
So that's King Ludwig II of Bavaria.
It's very interesting that they managed to have a photograph of him.
I have no idea what that says. Looks old, though. King Ludwig II of Bavaria.
Okay, we're going back out. Mom, I'm taking the car. Don't wait up for me. Wait, there's somewhere I didn't go? That's leaving. That's nowhere.
I don't have anything to say to her at the moment.
There's an entire other room.
Richard Wagner.
Problem with the FMV, like relying on the actual photos of the places. In the real world, I would be able to tell, yes, I can see that this goes around the corner here. In video game land, I can't necessarily tell stuff like that.
Ludwig's diary. Ludwig kept a diary from 1869 when he was 24 years old until his death. The diary provides a fascinating look into the mind of this tormented man. The original diary is kept in the Royal Archives. A few entries are shown on the opposite wall.
I've got to see that diary.
Richard Wagner.
Okay.
Even after Wagner's death, Ludwig still showed signs of obsession with the composer. This letter, written in 1882 by Ludwig to the conductor of the Munich Opera, instructs the conductor to make preparations for a new Wagner opera. The conductor went to see the king as instructed. When he arrived, Ludwig was ill and refused to see him. Nothing further was ever heard of this mysterious new opera. Was it a figment of an ill man's desperate wishes?
Or did the conductor happen to show up on the full moon?
Ludwig is offered a crown of laurels by the genius of immortal fame. Ludwig is offered a...
Okay.
26 July, 1874. By the power of the lily, we shall have the strength to resist all temptations throughout the whole year. July 1875. Solemn oath before the picture of the great king. Refrain for 3 months from all excitement. This oath has its binding power as well as its potency by de par le Roy, LNR, DPLR.
What excitement. I need to see more of that diary.
Refrain from 3 months from going on roller coasters.
Looks like it weighs a ton. Ludwig's Grand Master Wardrobe from the Knights of St. George.
You're not going to have any sort of comment on that?
He looks so regal. Why would he give up all of this pageantry and become a recluse?
'Cause he was a werewolf.
Ludwig is Grand Master of the Knights of St. George. The Knights of St. George was an aristocratic society dedicated to the acts of chivalry. Ludwig loved the medieval pageantry of the order in his early years, before his increasing reclusiveness drove him to abandon public appearances. Ludwig, Grand Master of the Knights of St. George. There's gotta be a connection between all this St. George stuff and Gabriel.
There you go. Saw that.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
Is there any more of Ludwig's diet?
Tagebuch. Im Museum?
Ja.
Wo kann ich Ludwigs Tagebuch hier anschauen?
Die Tagebücher sind ganz persönlich. Die sind in den königlichen Archiven. Niemand darf die lesen. Aber nein, niemand darf die lesen.
Danke.
All right, then. I did have another thing to ask. Didn't let me. You just ended the conversation. I'm assuming that was
Guten Tag.
Her saying no. Do you know anything about the new Wagner opera?
Im Museum ist einen Brief von Ludwig über eine neue Wagner-Oper.
Ja, ich kenne diesen Brief.
Wo kann ich mehr von dieser Wagner-Oper sehen?
Ja, ich weiß nichts über Wagner. Das hier ist kein Wagner-Museum.
Ja, ich weiß.
In Bayreuth befindet sich ein Wagner-Museum. Versuchen Sie es halt doch, ne?
Bayreuth. Danke.
Yay, another museum! Okay, we're making progress again, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! See, got another. See, all done in here in Kimsey. I did it!
Grüß Gott.
Guten Tag. Ist das die Wagner Museum?
Ja, you're an American, aren't you? I'm afraid the house is closed this time of year. It will be open next month.
Crap.
You are interested in Wagner?
Very interested. Very recently very interested.
Yeah. Most of the house is closed for cleaning, but a few rooms are open. I shouldn't let you probably, but if it is only you, you are alone, aren't you?
Endlessly.
Come in and look over.
That's very generous.
He's getting his flirt
what do I
on
owe
you.
Georg Emmerding. There's only a few displays. Besides, I wouldn't be much of a shining knight if I charged you.
Thanks, Georg. My name is Grace.
Hello. Have a good time.
Look, colors.
Wagner's piano. On this piano, the maestro composed his later operas, including The Ring.
Anything I can click on in here? 9.
Opera costumes. Opera costumes. This must be a model of Wagner's own theater, here in Bayreuth.
Honestly, I don't remember this bit of the game at all.
These look like production designs. I don't see anything that looks like those wolf paintings in Neuschwanstein, though. The great patron himself.
Can't read the little tag.
Ludwig as the classical Greek hero. A portrait given as a gift from Ludwig to Wagner.
I can't look at it, though.
June 10th, 1881, Munich residence. Great friend, I am writing to you in the middle of the night. My blood is pounding too wildly for sleep. Tonight's performance, how can I describe it? I am unsure whether to be terrified or thrilled. Perhaps I even feel hopeful. If it is hope, you have given it to me, my friend, for the first time in years. We must speak. Something happened during the music tonight, but I must have your absolute confidence. As you love me, come at once. Your devoted king, Ludwig. July 1882. Great and beloved king, Monsieur Beaujolais and I have finished the diagram. We checked the figures many times and Monsieur is confident that it will work. 8 identical fixtures are to be made from the diagram and placed in the theater exactly as specified. I'm sending the diagram with your courier. Be full of hope and have courage. All will be well. Your own, Wagner. Ludwig's death mask.
Is that what the death mask looked like in the other museum?
An old sofa. The death of Wagner. On Ash Wednesday, 1883, Wagner suffered a heart attack in a Venetian gondola on the way to Saint Michel. His wife and the gondolier carried him into a church where he regained consciousness. Wagner died 4 days later on this sofa.
Neat.
Wagner's death mask.
And a severed hand for funsies. Oh, it loops around. Okay. I see what we're doing here. Let me out. Let's Dr. Georg, what do you have to say for yourself, about yourself?
What are you doing here if the museum is closed?
They always like to have a caretaker here. It's a good job for me. I can soak in the atmosphere of the maestro while I compose.
What are you composing?
This? Oh, a new arrangement. One of Wagner's pieces.
For the Bayreuth Opera?
No. I am only a student at the university. I study music, composition, conducting.
More about himself.
Is there much of a call for conductors in Europe?
Ask my brother. He is the conductor for the Munich Opera.
Well, that's convenient. Does that mean you get free opera tickets?
Yes. I get a week's pass to the Opernfestspiele, the opera festival in Munich. It starts in a few months.
Hope I'm still around to see it.
Come with me if you like. If you're still around, I can go backstage and all sorts of things.
I'd love that. If I'm still in Germany, I'll call you, all right?
Yeah, good.
Okay, there's more chemistry between this Grace and Georg here than there is with this Grace and Gabe.
Tell me about Wagner.
He was a character. He spent most of his life trying to convince rich patrons to subsidize his work. Unfortunately, he had expensive tastes. You see, he believed that someone of his genius deserved to live well. Can't argue with that.
But Ludwig II supported him, didn't he?
Yeah, sure, but Ludwig came along very late in Wagner's life. By then, he had already been run out of Venice and most major cities because of debt. Ludwig saved him. And the music. Best thing Ludwig ever did.
The sound in this game it's so weird. Like, I know that my sound, currently, not the best, because I'm just using a little tiny microphone that's built into my laptop. But at the same time, like, at my little at-home setup, when my soundboard was working, I had much clearer sound than what was actually recorded in this game, because they seem to be constantly moving back and forth from the microphones. Sometimes it's way louder, sometimes it's way quieter. So strange.
Do you know anything about that letter from Wagner to Ludwig in the display case? The one about the diagram?
Ah, no.
Thanks.
Sort of equipment for Ludwig's theater. But I don't know why Wagner would have cared about this. If he was worried about any theater, you would think it would have been his own theater, here, in Bayreuth.
A mystery.
Have you ever heard about the letter that Ludwig wrote to the Munich conductor in 1882 telling him to prepare for a new Wagner opera?
You're full of surprises for an American.
What do you know about
The
it?
flirting is so strong between them. Oh my goodness.
No one knows anything about it. It's like a treasure map, you know. It's probably a complete fairy tale, but it does make you wonder.
You have no idea what it could have referred to? Maybe something that Wagner was working on with Ludwig?
If there was, there's no trace of it. Except perhaps in the dreams of unemployed music students.
Wolf panels at Neuschwanstein. Love, that's such a fun word to say.
Have you ever heard about the wolf panels in the Singers' Hall at Neuschwanstein?
Did my brother send you here?
What?
No.
Probably not. It's only the letter to the conductor, the wolf panels. Ah, my brother thinks I am crazy because of all my theories.
What theories?
I have a theory. It could be bunnies.
If there was a lost opera, a lost Wagner opera, and if one could find it, to a conductor, this would be like finding King Tut's tomb. But people have looked for it before. If it ever existed, it is gone forever. My brother says I waste my time even thinking about it.
Your brother's a poopy head. Lost Opera.
I'm curious. Is there any other information that points to the Lost Opera besides Ludwig's letter and the wolf panels?
It's nothing.
Come
I'm not even
on,
supposed to have
spill
seen
the
it.
beans.
You see, my brother says that Wagner was too egotistical to have produced a lost opera. If he was working on something new, every person in Bayreuth would have heard about it. On the other hand, it was in Ludwig's character to have wanted a private opera.
But it wouldn't have been private. Ludwig's letter shows he intended it to be played in Munich.
Yes, but that it would get so far without Wagner telling others, why keep it a secret?
Maybe there was a very good reason for secrecy.
For example?
Like... Never mind.
Like werewolves.
I don't have anything to ask Georg about at the moment.
What's that book in the case?
Cosima Wagner's journal is locked up for preservation.
Huh.
Wagner souvenirs. Don't think I need any of those.
Nobody needs souvenirs.
Wagner souvenirs. I don't have anything to ask Georg.
Then I'm going to scoot. I'm just going to check if I need anything else. There. Oh, there's still stuff there. Darn it. Maybe if I go back to Neuschwanstein, I'll find something. I always get so lost in here. Can I do anything with these curtains? Feels like I should be able to.
There must be a story behind these wolf paintings. But what story?
I don't think I've looked at that one. Did I miss anything in here?
Richard Wagner. Franz Liszt, composer and Cosima Wagner's father. This must be a model of Wagner's own theater here in Bayreuth. Opera costumes.
Nothing.
These look like production designs. I don't see anything that looks like those wolf paintings in Neuschwanstein, though. Ludwig as the classical Greek hero. Wagner's death mask. I don't have anything to ask Georg about at the moment. Cosima was Wagner's wife, I think. She probably just talks about him in her journal. I don't have anything to ask
Okay, I was
Georg
wondering
about
if I
at the
could
moment.
ask him about her now. Doo-da, doo-da. Still got more to do there.
Hi, did you have a good time?
Oh.
Uh-huh. Anything new?
Yes, you had a phone call.
Yes!
Really?
A man named Professor Barkley. He said you had his number.
I do. Thanks.
Yes. Just have to go through all of the little scenes. Come on. Don't care about you opening the door. I've seen it before. Okay. That and the business card and the telephone. Yes. Progress. We are making progress. And by we, I mean me. Yes, Wagner and stuff, but did I listen to Wall of Voodoo's Mexican radio? I won't want to listen to anything else anymore.
I have a name for you.
I've got a Mexican
Dahlmeier.
radio.
And he specializes in Bavarian history, and I think he's somewhere near where you are.
Herr Josef Dahlmeier. Great, got a number?
Yeah, I do. It's 4982-555-2234.
Thanks a lot. Sorry about the bother.
That's no bother. When are you coming back to school, Gracie?
When I figure it out, I'll let you know.
Well, be good.
Awkward. You like the aesthetics of this game? Oh my God, I know it. We must marry now. I'm already married. Occupied. Okay. Oh, wait, what am I doing? I have a telephone number. Use the phone to call, silly Billy. We'll just take a little look at it. Okay.
Professor Barkley's Ludwig contact.
Yes. Progress. Progress. How did that piece of paper get so crinkled?
Hallo?
Hallo, sind Sie Herr Josef Dahlmeier?
Yeah, you must be Grace Nakamura, the American history student.
Yes.
I hear you're interested in Ludwig II.
Very.
Good. There's something I want to show you. Drive
If they do another FMV for Gabriel Knight, John Cena as Gabriel?
All right. Thank you.
Oh, wait. Was there anything
Yeah,
you wanted
you know what?
me
I
to
can
look
see
into
that.
before we meet?
Well, I was hoping you knew something about someone called the Black Wolf. He was a contemporary of Ludwig's. He lived in Prussia, I think, and he was well connected.
Never heard of him, but I'll check. See you there.
Thanks. Bye.
Making progress. And we scoot outside, and the car. Okay, we got a new place. Let's go. No pressure, we aren't in Prussia. Prussia, pressing down on me, pressing down on you. No man has for under Prussia. Very slowly makes her way across.
Wow.
This is where he died. You must be Grace. Herr Dahlmeier.
I'm not going to start the conversation with hello or anything. Just walk up and go, this is where he died.
I wanted you to see it. I feel him here the most, you know, more than at the castle. So, what did you want to know?
Ooh, I have a scroll. Oh, just to exit. But still, this is the first time he's had a scroll.
Professor Barclay says your hobby is Ludwig.
It's a great opener, yeah.
He was the last real king that Bavaria had. As a Bavarian and a history buff, well, that's enough to hook me right there.
But there's more, right?
He was a romantic, you know. A dreamer. And he was misunderstood, maligned. And
sounds like you can relate.
me? Hell, I have it easy. At least I live in the 1990s. And not every eye in the country is on me. But yes, I can relate.
Is it saying that he is gay? Just putting that, like, is that how? I don't know.
You know about Ludwig's diary, right?
The hairstyle is so 90s.
How
yes.
can I get my hands on it?
Mullet-tastic.
I have been trying myself
Hello,
for 5
Raiders.
years.
Welcome in. Welcome.
They don't let it out.
Hello, your mom.
You won't let anyone see it, not ever?
Only one person outside of the government ever
Welcome
got to see it.
to
A biographer,
Gabriel Knight
Sir
2,
Richmond
The
Chapman.
Beast
He
Within.
had friends among the German royals, and they let him look at it.
We are
Did you ever try to
getting our
contact Chapel? Pick
FMV
his
on
brain?
and learning
No.
about King Ludwig
believe I never
of
thought of that.
Bavaria and also werewolves.
If you do and you find out anything, you must share.
It's a promise.
I do apologize. Yes, welcome to Not Tim Curry as Gabriel. Aw, I like Tim Curry as Gabriel. He's a pig, but he's much more, I gotta say, he's more charming than Dean Erickson is. Dean Erickson does really good job on, like, the big emotions, but the smaller moments, he often just seems sort of bored and awkward. But that is my personal opinion. That's just me. In the 90s, there was this coffee TV ad about Dahlmeier Prodomo coffee. It aired so much you can't forget it. All right, then. My recollection of coffee ads in the 90s, there was this entire series of ads for, I think it was Nescafe Gold, starring Anthony Stewart Head, later to be of Buffy the Vampire Slayer fame, Repo the Genetic Opera, Ted Lasso. But it was this elaborate soap opera about a woman who, I can't remember if she ran out of coffee or he did, but they were neighbors and they went to visit, like, one went over to visit the other one and got some coffee, and then they started dating, and it turns out that they were both divorced and they had children, and it was this entire saga of ads about coffee. Like, people were writing in letters like, please make more of these ads. I need to know what happens with this romance.
Tell me about Ludwig.
I don't know where to start. There's so much. Politically, the most significant thing about Ludwig II was that he signed over independent Bavarian statehood to Prussia in 1870.
Prussia.
Bavaria became a part of United Germany, and Ludwig became a figurehead prince under the Prussian Kaiser.
Why do you think he did that?
Prussia.
Bavaria had been involved in the 100 Years' War. People were tired of fighting. Prussia's push to unite the German states made some amount of sense. Still, Ludwig must have had other options. At the very least, he should have negotiated better terms.
So what was the real reason?
He was manipulated by Bismarck. At least that's what I think, anyway.
What about Ludwig personally?
You'll find two perspectives on Ludwig. The view the tourists get is the romantic ideal, Ludwig the tormented loner.
Manipulated by a
the
donut.
historian's point of view. Ludwig was plagued with guilt over his sexual orientation and was driven mad with self-loathing.
But I take it you're not buying either point
We're
of view.
playing Gabriel Knight 2.
Well, it's all too convenient, isn't it?
And all of my tech is broken,
That he
so
was a
I'm a
devout
drawing
Catholic, there is
today.
no question, and I'm sure there were pressures on him to be normal. But he was no prude. He loved Byron. Yes. Philosophy, the French court. If anything, Ludwig
This guy's
was too
performance
much
is
an
really
egomaniac.
good.
He didn't give a damn what anyone thought. And besides, he didn't try to hide any of his relationships.
It's like, even the donut's not gonna like, dang it, now I want donuts.
It was disillusionment.
It's 2 a.m. You can't get
No one loved him back as
donuts
purely as he himself
at
loved.
2 a.m. I live in the Tim Hortons capital, and they don't have donuts this time of day.
Guilt that tormented him. What was it?
I don't know. His diary was filled with self-guilt, but I'm sure it's not about that.
Probably going to win Starflight.
If I knew,
Nice.
I'd write my own book, set the record straight, so to speak.
You can get donuts at Dunkin' at 4, but I don't even know if we have Dunkin' Donuts in Canada. There's Tim Hortons everywhere. And if for some reason or other you can't go to Tim Hortons, there you can. The other the weird chain of donut places is Coffee Time, and Coffee Time has never had, like, when smoking bans went into place, the policy of Coffee Times was like, we'll just pay the fines and you can still smoke in here. They did that as long as they could. And once they got shut down from doing that, Coffee Time pretty much disappeared. But you'll see one every now and then. But mostly it's Tim Hortons. Yeah. It 100% true. It was a well-known fact. If you wanted to smoke while having a coffee and a donut, you would go to Coffee Time. You can't get a donut, you just go to a police station. I don't know what time Tim Hortons starts making donuts. They're open all night. Well, like the drive-thrus are, but just anytime I try and go, it's like, yeah, no, we've got like a bagel that's been here for hours. That's maybe all you can have. It's such a specific niche to fill. Think back, this was in the 90s. So when smoking bans were just sort of people thinking like, wait, maybe food will taste better if it's not constantly being coated in nicotine and ash. So that was just the very start of the idea of having non-smoking establishments. Then the complete non-smoking, well, first of all, there was a weird period where in Ontario at least, some restaurants would have like a smoking vestibule where you could go to a little room inside the restaurant and smoke and then go back to your table. That did not last very long. But yeah, if you wanted to smoke, like if you were being up all night and smoking and drinking coffee, you would go to Coffee Time. Like you have to want coffee and or donut and a cigarette and do it in public. Yeah. But this does not seem unusual to me. It like sort of the hangout in, at least in the areas I've been in Southern Ontario, the hangout spot for those who are not able to get into bars. It's way easier to get cigarettes than it is to get into bars. But if you want to hang out with people and smoke, you go to like a Tim Hortons parking lot. And back then, you would go to a coffee time.
Have you read anything about Ludwig's midnight
Now you have learned
rides?
many things
Would
about
that have been
Canadian
something?
culture.
To be out at night and suddenly see him
In
sweep by
America,
with
that's
his
Waffle House.
entourage.
We don't have
They
Waffle
say the
House.
night agitated Ludwig, and that being outdoors and the rushing feeling of the sleigh calmed him down. Sometimes even the sleigh wasn't
We don't even
enough.
have like all
He
that
would
many
stop in some remote
Denny's.
woods, order his servants to stay put, and go
Like
wandering
you might see
off
one
by
in like
himself
the
for
lobby
hours.
of a
It
hotel
drove
or
the
something, but they're not
servants
that many.
crazy.
Know if there's another FMV for Gabriel Knight, Kristen Kruk? She played Lana in Smallville. I never watched Smallville, actually. You haven't had the actual Waffle House experience unless the person fixing your food is actually smoking while doing it. Yeah, that sounds, from what I know of Waffle Houses, that sounds right. Had good times at Denny's and also bad times. Any 24-hour diner, that's going to be the case. Like, nothing good happens while being out in public after 3 a.m. and before 6. Just post a picture on the Discord. Think to be really great. Yeah, I never got into watching Smallville. I'm not, despite the fact that I'm currently playing like the most overacted, most dramatic FMV. Not a big fan of like the soap opera-y type shows. It's like, I know Smallville isn't really a soap opera, but just the dramatic will they, won't they, romance, misunderstandings, like that's stressful to me. I don't like it. It's weird you live in the Northeast US now. There's none of the 24-hour places. You lived in the South, they were everywhere. Never knew what you were missing. Yeah, like working night shift, like where I am, it's currently 2 a.m. I don't go to bed until like 7 at the earliest. So if like on a semi-regular basis, if I want to go out for like a little date with my husband, we will go to Denny's because that's like he will get breakfast, I will get dinner, but I will actually end up getting breakfast food and he will get dinner food because he doesn't tend to like sweet breakfast stuff.
Tell me about Bismarck.
Oh, Bismarck.
Delicious
He was
stuff.
the Prussian Kaiser's chancellor. Not a nice man. Bismarck had a reputation for learning people's weaknesses and manipulating them. It's a matter of record that he had spies on Ludwig's staff. He may even have had a henchman
Bismarck,
even
you say
closer
that.
to the king. And he was
Now,
involved
Bismarck,
in the
not
conspiracy to
Batmark.
declare Ludwig insane.
That was a bad one. I apologize.
Did you find out anything about the Black Wolf?
I did. I'd read about him before, but I hadn't realized that was who you were talking about. His name was Godin, Paul Godin. I found him.
Bismarck, he is better than Bismarck. Hey,
I've never heard of him.
You've got what I need.
Godin lived on the fringes of the Prussian court.
But
He
she
was
says he's
handsome,
just a
charming,
friend.
dangerous, or so they say. He was variously rumored to have been a foreign prince, a Prussian spy, even an assassin. Since you were interested in him, I found out some things that are probably true. It said he came from abroad in the mid-1800s, but claimed high German blood.
Do you know where he came from?
No. And he was ruthlessly ambitious. He probably found out who held the power, Bismarck.
High five, 80s joke teamwork. Oh, yeah.
Bismarck was a good judge of talent, of that sort anyway.
More about the Black Wolf.
What else do you know about Godin?
He must have done something remarkable. Bismarck was not a generous man. He liked to string people along with promises.
You have Bismarck towers all over Germany, and now that you think of it, you don't even know what they do, but there are a lot of them.
And that was the last reference I found to him.
Well, how could he just disappear?
It's not that unusual.
No idea what that would be.
Title, you usually changed your name and moved to a place where no one knew your past, so you could act with impunity, or be a pompous ass and get away with it.
Well, so many things to ask about the Black Wolf.
Is there any way to find out what Godin was called after he got his title?
Is it that critical?
It might be.
Well, you could send away for a copy of the entitlement deed, assuming it has been destroyed during one of the wars. Godin's new name would be on it. But you would need a research permit from the government to access those records, and they can be very hard to
This
get.
game is too scary. You almost fainted 6 times already. You only got here with the your mom rate. No, not being you. Hold it together. I believe you can do it. Just be brave. Be brave.
What do you know about Ludwig's hunting accident?
A couple of years ago, I was introduced to this great old man, a real old world farmer. Well, his grandfather was Richard Horning, Ludwig's equestrian. Oh, he told some great Ludwig stories. Sometimes I get lucky. Anyway, he said that after the hunting accident, Ludwig got terribly ill, that he had a fever and was acting crazy. They were afraid that the wolf had been carrying a disease or that the bite had gone septic.
A wolf bit him?
Yeah, it's not so unusual. There were a lot of wolves in the Alps back then. The servants were really worried, but Ludwig recovered, physically anyway. Horning's grandfather said it was the fever that broke Ludwig's mind, that he was worse than ever after that.
Hunting accident.
What do you mean Ludwig got worse after the accident?
Ludwig always had been a very private person. But after the
sound in this game is so weirdly unbalanced.
Towards the end, he was even forcing his servants to enter his chambers bent over so they couldn't see his face. Horning's grandfather said his...
Since they're Schottenjägers, they're fortunately only hunting shadows. That part isn't too scary. Yeah, like, I'm really good at hunting shadows. I just have to stand in front of a light, and there they are.
For Ludwig, and Ludwig hated his own violence. He was always giving gifts to his servants to apologize.
Servants' fears.
You mentioned that there were other reasons why Ludwig's servants feared him.
Ah, that's another of Horning's mysteries. There's a story about Neuschwanstein. Apparently there was a period of time of 2 or 3 months when Wagner would come and visit him
Wagner?
there. Yeah. The two would lock themselves in the singers' hall. Horning's grandfather said the sounds that came from there were awful. Well, the servants had superstitious minds anyway. Some of them quit over it, just walked away.
What kind of sounds?
Horning's grandfather called them heartbreaking and ungodly. Maybe it was Wagner trying to sing.
Well, I guess that's all for now. Thanks for your help.
It's my pleasure. And if you ever want to talk again, just give me a call. I'll meet you down there.
I will. Thanks.
Servus.
Well, bye.
This is where they found Ludwig's body.
Nice. And of course we walk very slow all the way back across.
It's a memorial chapel for Ludwig.
Right then. Oh man, I've got stuff to do like everywhere still. What am I missing?
Wagner souvenirs. Don't think I need any of those. Wagner's piano. On this piano, the maestro composed his later operas, including The Ring.
I can't actually interact. Okay. Looked at that. Looked at that. Looked at this. at both of these. Can't look at this.
The great patron himself. Ludwig's death mask.
Read that.
A portrait given as a gift from Ludwig to
Read those. What haven't I clicked on?
Wagner died on that sofa. That's kind of creepy.
What did I miss? What did I miss?
Wagner's death mask.
There we go, something new.
Wagner's desk, exactly as it was on the day he died.
Yes!
It's a letter from a Monsieur Beaujolais, dated September 1881.
Progress,
Looks like he's
friends.
discussing acoustics and sound waves, and crystals. Wasn't Wagner's Bayreuth Theater already built? Why would Wagner be worrying about acoustics?
Let's see what we're doing here. Wagner, Ludwig, Bismarck, Ricard, almost Germany, bingo. This just activated a weird memory? Oh, what of?
It looks like an architectural drawing of a theater. The Wittelsbacher Theater, München. Every square inch is measured. It looks like every square. I don't have anything to ask Georg about at the moment.
Just in case I had any questions about that little thing. The, no! Which is that at one point you were in this extremely random place, and in a hallway there was some museum exhibit similar to what this room looked like. And it was a phaeton or something that was used in The Wizard of Oz. Don't remember where you were. I do remember it made no sense that it was there. Like, it wasn't a museum. Was it the old spaghetti factory or something like that? Like, a lot of times, I'll see weird restaurants that'll have, like, weird collections of random crap. Anything back in Rittersburg? Welcome to this random building. Here's an artifact from an old movie. Exactly.
Hi, Gerda. I'm back. Good.
Ooh, can I talk? I can talk to her now.
Gerda. Yes?
It was a hallway, just reminded you of school. Ooh, special permit.
Gerda, do you have any idea where I could get a government research permit? I don't have time for a lot of red tape.
You should ask Herr Übergrau. He can maybe get such things very fast.
You think? I was going to write Gabriel today anyway.
Yay! She's taking her Inspector Gadget coat. Hey, you did it, Inspector Gadget. I wonder what was the first game to do the FMV thing? Well, like, it's not all that different from rotoscoping, where the something is filmed and then it's drawn over. That was done all the way back in Prince of Persia. Do I remember the live action Inspector Gadget? Not willingly. Seeing if there's anything down here. You have anything else to say to the Smiths?
I don't have anything to say to him. At least I have.
Yeah, you were going to say that the first Prince of Persia did rotoscope. Great classic, by the way. Really hard, though. Oh, yes. But, like, honestly, the graphics on that still hold up today. Of course, you gotta walk over before you look at this.
It's a memorial chapel for Ludwig.
Anything else to click upon? Does not seem to be. Oh!
I wonder what it felt like under there.
Wet? I'm assuming wet. Had a short phase when you thought about buying a Blade Runner-esque coat like this, but I guess we'll just keep on wearing hoodies till you're like 150. Yeah, my winter coat until very recently was a knee-length black wool coat with like a collar that went up to my ears. I loved that thing, but like all of the buttonholes were dying and the belt got caught in a door and cut. And it's like, okay, you know what? This thing, it's lived its life. Your winter coat is a black duster for real. Like, they're warm. And it keeps your butt warm, which is very important. Oh, there's still something there. What am I missing? It's funny because the new Prince of Persia came out and it's side-scrolling like the first game, and some people complain that it's not like the original, referring to Sands of Time in the 2000s, not realizing side-scrolling Prince of Persia is the classic.
I don't think the guards want to be bothered while on duty.
Yeah, like, people have opinions about, like, I want this to be original, like the way it was when I was a kid. Even though that's not the original, but I don't know anything before that because I didn't exist. The world revolves around me.
The paintings in this room are from the Siegfried saga.
When I first played this, I went and did more research because it's all this stuff. Oh, well, this is a scene from Tristan and Isolde. Like, what the heck is Tristan and Isolde? I had never heard of that before. Haven't looked over here.
The richly carved bed, with its canopy, resembles a Gothic building in its turrets. The bed's draperies were handmade by dozens of Bavarian seamstresses.
Well, in 18 whatevers, it would have to be handmade. The sewing machine didn't come into popularity until, like, 1860s. And obviously wouldn't be able to do embroidery or anything like that, because it would just have straight stitch machines.
Did they have running water in 1886? Did they have running water in 1886? Maybe Ludwig thought all this luxury would help him sleep.
Don't get you wrong, Sands of Time series is great too, but it's not the original. It's interesting that Prince of Persia spawns Assassin's Creed. Yeah. It's like, video game history is so funny because you can clearly see the lines of like, this made this next thing happen, and then that got referred back to in this other thing. Like, my favorite weird connection is that the reason why there is both The Witcher 3 as a game, greatest sort of modern game that ever, in my personal little don't play a lot of modern games opinion. And GOG is because two Polish guys were making bootlegs of English games and going in and not just like cracking them, but they were also creating like what is it called? Like not just translating it, but like regionalizing them so that they made sense in Polish and created like all sorts of feelies to go along with them. And those two guys started CD Projekt, which then translated Baldur's Gate. And because of Baldur's Gate, they getting canceled, they needed to make something else, so then they made The Witcher 1, and they realized, like, wait, we've got all of these skills in cracking games so that they work. Let's make GOG, good old games.
Maybe Ludwig thought...
I think that's fascinating.
Ludwig thought all this luxury would help him sleep.
Yeah, I looked at that one. That's the St. Luke.
These linens look seriously expensive and seriously old.
Yeah, look at this painting. Huh.
I can almost picture Ludwig in here. I wonder what he really dreamt about in this room.
Chasing bunny rabbits, eating them with his teeth.
I wonder why he was studying the occult before he died.
Nope. I thought I was clicking on the painting up here.
The study paintings depict scenes from the Tannhäuser Saga and the Wartburg Castle. The study paintings
I don't think the guards want to be bothered while on duty. There must be a story behind these wolf paintings, but what story?
Little Red Riding. It's interesting that I've got like the active cursor everywhere, but it doesn't do anything.
Oh, nice view of the Alps.
Ludwig's childhood castle, Hohenschwangau, is visible from the lookout in the Singers' Hall.
I'm guessing that's this.
Nice view of the Alps.
Oh, apparently whatever I did in there just now, that was the thing I needed for Neuschwanstein. That's at least one more thing off the list. You know that Enya actually lives in a castle in Europe? Perhaps this is her castle, and that's why the music is like this. Yeah. Anything else I can bother Georg about?
I don't have anything to ask Georg.
Okay, maybe I can go write my letter?
Hi, Gerda. I'm back.
Have to wait through that one just in case Gerda actually has something to say. The fact that Enya lives in a castle was also mentioned in your stream 3 hours ago. Everything's coming back around.
I should get a letter off to Gabriel. I need to include a note to Ubergrau about the research permit.
Oh, well, we're actually doing it? Okay, amazing, fantastic, love it, beautiful. Everybody's talking about Enya. Typey, typey, typey. Granted, you were playing an Enya song, but still, what are the odds? Considering how many vinyls you've got now, like the odds are actually pretty low. Come on, down to the post office. Traveling between locations in this game does get old fast. Ding dong.
Grüß Gott, Frau Nakamura.
Grüß Gott. Haben Sie etwas für mich?
Nein, leider nicht. Brauchen Sie noch etwas?
Grace to Gabriel envelope.
Kann ich diesen Brief versenden?
Ja, 3-mal bitte.
It's interesting that I actually had to click my wallet on her when the attendant at the Herren Chiemsee did not, like, it's just like, she said, "I'm Mark," and it just happened.
Danke.
Bitte.
Okay. Grace
At
is
least
really
I
getting her
have the car
steps
keys
in.
now.
Well, you should not know you don't like Grace's German accent? You're not a fan? I still love how the car is parked. Well, like 13th century castles don't really come with parking lots. Seriously, what am I missing? There's no more hotspots. I've looked at the church. Hello, Brandon. Welcome. We're playing Gabriel Knight 2.
It's a memorial chapel for Ludwig.
And right now, I'm struggling, because I'm not sure what else the game wants me to do today. They should have thought about parking lots in the 13th century. They wouldn't want bad Yelp reviews. You know what? You're right. You're right. And when you're right, you're right.
Grace Nakamura.
P.I.
This is where they found Ludwig's body. This is where they...
Nothing else.
I wonder what it felt like under there.
Cold.
I wonder what it felt like under there.
Just wondering if I could, like, tab to the next hotspot, but not that lucky. And UHS isn't that helpful for this. It's like, click on everything. Like, I thought I did. What did I miss? I'm just bopping back and forth trying to find something else to click on. Like this, it's not even a puzzle. It's just, what haven't I clicked? No, don't you dare lock up. Don't you dare lock up, game. I haven't saved in like, oh no, it's been so long since I saved. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. I can't believe, because you can't die in this part of the game. I've been bad about saving. No. I'm hitting the table. No. Yeah, I got nothing. Oh God. Did I even last save? No. Oh. Okay, well, I guess that, oh, it completely's frozen. I can't do anything, and I haven't saved in like hours because you can't die. So I'm just like, no, I'm safe. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, that was me closing it. Okay, well, let's see how far back I was. Just technology's not been on my side. Like, my soundboard was already down. My lights broke today. Oh God, how long ago was it? Oh no. Oh no. This is when I first went to Neuschwanstein. No. 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 Well, ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for tuning into my stream. That's going to be all for tonight. Let's find someone to raid out to before I throw my laptop out the window. Yeah, I do not have the strength to go and try it and redo all of that, because just no. Okay, let's see who's. Hey, you know what? Let's jump forward in time, because Necrokeys is playing Gabriel Knight 3. Heck yeah! Let's go do that. We're time traveling, ladies and gents. Boom. I will try and get everything back up and running next week. Just, it's not happening today. Thanks so much, everyone. I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Gabriel Knight 2. Okay. I think we are back to where we were when the game crashed at the end of my last stream. But now, with new and improved, actually have the camera and lights working. Sound, we're still working on that. Buying new lights cut into the microphone saving budget. But we're going to get there, and we are going to get back to this game. I do love this game so much. All right. Also, it has suddenly become winter in the past week. There is snow everywhere right now, so thus, pirate coat. Also very appropriate because this is an 18th century frock coat, which all of the background, the historical stuff in this game is 18th century. It's all coming together. It's all coming together. Now, the problem is I have to remember what on earth I was doing, because doing everything twice made it very confusing. Well, I got a good way to check what I was exactly up to. I have Grace's notebook. Okay, Smith Wolf is this section. I only have the one note about this. Last night, a man and woman from Pennsylvania showed up at the castle to meet the Schottenjäger. The woman, Mrs. Smith, seemed to go into a trance and warned me about the Black Wolf. 3 Black Wolves? That's a little hard to believe. I'll keep this under the Black Wolf section until I learn more about it. Thought I saw a page turn. Wagner.
Karen Kimsey. Ludwig wrote a letter to the Munich conductor in 1882 telling him to prepare for a new Wagner opera, but then refused to see the man.
Why don't I hear
Nothing more was ever heard about this new opera. Was there something new, or was Ludwig crazy?
Oh, that'd be why it's caught in the back there. Where's the plug? I'm a professional. Okay, we've got sound coming
Karen
through.
Kimsey.
There we go.
Ludwig wrote a letter to the Munich...
Yes. Okay.
Wagner Museum. Apparently, Wagner liked to live luxuriously and had run into considerable debt before Ludwig adopted him as patron late in Wagner's life.
Welcome in.
Georg says Ludwig saved the music. I'd say Wagner owed him one.
Okay. Good to see you too. We actually have lights. We have sound to a certain extent. Now I just have to remember. The problem is, what I was stuck on last time I played was that I didn't know where to click next in the museums. Like, there's lots of things to see in the museums, but finding how to actually get to the next screen, like where all the correct little exit hotspots are, it's not terribly clear, so I'm missing stuff. Just gonna see if there's anything in town. Do I have to talk to is he a mayor? What's his job? Oh, I can knock on the door. This is looking promising.
Guess they're closed.
All right, not promising. Anything in here?
That's the church in the square.
Yes, it is. Good job, Grace. Thank you, Rex.
Von Rollick slept here.
I've gone back and I have recovered the at least according to the number of points. I think I recovered all of the lost progress I had from last week's delightful fun. X says save. Ignore the fact that all I've done so far since the last save now has been to wander down to the village. Oh!
I wonder what kind of flowers these are.
Yeah, you're right. Like, I haven't done... Like, we just started. I did a little introduction, said hi to 32, wandered down here, and then you came in. That's it. Like, you have missed nothing.
Those look better. Wolfgang Ritter, 10 May 1923 to 25 June 1993.
Is this my first time playing? No, but it has been probably a couple decades since I've played it. But I have also read the book. So that just means I've got sort of like a weird mismatch. Okay, whew, it wasn't going. A weird mismatch of memories of like, wait, am I able? Oh, yes. I only have the first one to hand here, but there are novelizations of the first two Gabriel Knight games. Jane Jensen, the designer of the games, was hired at Sierra because she wrote a short story, sent it in, and the last page was lost. And whoever was doing the hiring hired her because, like, they had to contact her and say, like, I need to know what happens in the story. I need you to give me the last page. I need to know how this ends. She's a very, very good writer. So she's written the two Gabriel Knight books. They never did one of the third game. She also wrote a very excellent modern sort of suspense thriller book, which was originally called Millennium Rising, and then Dante's Inferno, I think, after the year 2000 because it was no longer topical. But she's an excellent writer. She's written like 30 books by now, most of them under a pseudonym because it's gay erotica. And that brings us back to Gabriel Knight 2, The Beast Within. Let's see. Where do I need... Have I read this book? I think I've read it. Let's just take a look.
Ludwig remained throughout his life both very bright and very naive.
Yes, I have
read. He was an introvert.
I'm sure I've read this. Accidentally lost the page. Like, no, well, you'll just have to hire me to find out what happens. But she's such a good writer. Which is one of the problems, actually, with the Gabriel Knight games. Like, the story's really, really good, but sometimes the actual execution of it as a game is like, oh, that was a choice. Let's see if there's anywhere on the map that I have to go to. Oh, I have to go everywhere. Delightful. Love that for me. Okay, well, I'm going to start from the top down. See what I've missed at the Wagner Museum. anything I can interact with on this piano?
Wagner's piano. On this piano, the maestro composed his later operas, including The Ring. This must be a model of Wagner's own theater, here in Bayreuth. Opera costumes.
I love the music. It's so good.
These look like production designs. I don't see anything that looks like those wolf paintings in Neuschwanstein, though. These look like production design. These look like production design. These look like
Nope. I can't look at this one over here. Can't look at any of these displays. Secret. Okay. Next room.
the great patron himself.
Did that. Can't look at the plaque.
Ludwig as the classical Greek hero. Ludwig's July 1882. Great and beloved king, Monsieur Beaujolais and I have finished the diagram. We checked the figures many times and Monsieur is confident that it will work. 8 identical fixtures are to be made from the diagram and placed in the theater exactly as specified. I'm sending the diagram with your courier. Be full of hope and have courage. All will be well. Your own, Wagner.
It's nice that he has his own Wagner and doesn't have to share with other people.
June 10th, 1881, Munich residence. Great friend. I am writing to you in the middle of the night. My blood is pounding too wildly for sleep. Tonight's performance, how can I describe it? I am unsure whether to be terrified or thrilled. Perhaps I even feel hopeful. If it is hope, you have given it to me, my friend, for the first time in years. We must speak. Something happened during the music tonight, but I must have your absolute confidence. As you love me, come at once. Your devoted king, Ludwig. A portrait given as a gift from Ludwig to Wagner.
Can't actually look at the portrait or close up on the death mask.
Wagner died on that sofa. That's kind of creepy.
Oh, this is new. I hadn't found this before.
Wagner's desk, exactly as it was on the day he died. It's a letter from Monsieur Beaujolais, dated September 1881.
Hello, Dragonlancer.
Looks like he's
Welcome
discussing acoustics and sound waves and crystals. Wasn't
from
Wagner's
last
Bayreuth
week
theater
where the
already
game
built?
crashed?
Why would Wagner be worrying about acoustics? It looks like an architectural drawing of a theater. The Wittelsbacher Theater, München. Every square inch is measured. It looks
I
like
did see this before. I just didn't remember it. Dang it. This will be a problem.
Wagner's death mask.
Doesn't tell me what this hand is. It's probably a cast of Wagner's hand, but you'd think he'd mention it. Well, I was just there.
Wagner died on that sofa. Richard Wagner.
Ooh, echoey. The sound recording is all over the place.
Franz Liszt, composer and Cosima Wagner's father.
Already been here. Is there anything to go in this direction? No.
Wagner souvenirs. Don't think I need any of those.
You sure?
I'm not sure Georg would want to see that. Cosima was Wagner's wife, I think. She probably just talks about him in her journal.
Grace, you seem very uninterested in that, like noticeably so.
Wagner souvenir.
Okay.
I don't have anything to ask Georg about at the moment.
Fine. All right. Aaron Kimsey is done. Let's try no Schoenstein. This is a nice box. Also, hello, Humba. Welcome in. Trying to find out what on earth I am missing. Unhelpfully, UHS Hints just says, click on everything. It's like, what things am I not clicking on?
I don't think the guards want to be bothered while on duty.
I don't think I've been in this point of view. Ooh.
In the corner is a brown tiled stove with clay figures of Tristan and Isolde.
Yeah, I did not see this. Oh, but how did I get there? There. Nope. What?
You are now standing in the king's bedroom. The theme of the bedroom is Tristan and Isolde, the tragic love story retold in Wagner's opera. The opera was given its first performance in Munich in 1865, and a 20-year-old Ludwig attended. This is probably the most elaborate and expensive bedroom ever created. It took 14 woodcarvers 4.5 years to create this room. It was this kind of extravagance that bankrupted the king. In the years before his death,
what pixel in German? Gabriel's a Schattenjäger, a shadow hunter. I am a pixel hunter. Okay, that's church.
The Black Madonna of El Tadin. I wonder what her story is all about.
The stained glass window depicts St. Louis receiving the last...
No, I know I heard that one before.
It's a beautiful crucifix, ivory and gold. Ludwig sure had a thing for swans.
The washstand actually worked by bringing in water from a stream above the castle.
Cool!
Maybe Ludwig thought all this luxury would help him sleep.
The richly carved bed, with its canopy, resembles
the
a
tour
Gothic
tape
building and its turrets. The bed's draperies were handmade by dozens of Bavarian seamstresses.
Oh, is the tour tape context
Ludwig
consecutive?
sure had a thing for swans. Ludwig sure had a thing for swans.
What's really annoying is I'm pixel hunting and not even sure what pixels I'm hunting for.
I'm surprised people don't sit in these chairs when the guard's not.
That's just ouch. The pixels aren't going to hunt themselves. Yes, we have an overabundance of pixels. Have my pixel hunter's license.
This is a reproduction.
It's very important for
from the
proper
saga.
Pixel health and the environmentalism of pixels that we regularly hunt
as
them.
the grotto personifies, the castles were solitary playgrounds built for Ludwig alone. He believed the masses were too coarse to appreciate fine art, and he seldom entertained guests. In fact, Ludwig had a standing order that upon his death, the castles were to be destroyed. Fortunately,
looks like they didn't do that.
The estate was in such debt that the castles were opened for paying tours only weeks after Ludwig's death. They haven't closed since. It is one of the great ironies of Ludwig's story that the castles that he was thought insane for building are now considered Bavaria's finest treasures. They have paid for their construction many times over.
I can almost picture Ludwig in here. I wonder what he really dreamt about in this room.
No tape in here.
I wonder why he was studying the occult before he died. I wonder why... I doubt there's anything left in there now. Besides, the guard would kill me if I touched it.
Touch, 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 touch.
The study paintings depict scenes from the Tannhäuser Saga and the Wartburg Castle. The study paintings depict...
Yes, yes, yes. I can't actually look at it. Yes, many boobies. Boobs galore. Oops, nope. Not what I wanted to do. I wanted to click on this one. I have no opinions.
The study paintings depict scenes...
This room sucks because the cursor says, like, yes, you can look everywhere, but you can't.
Nice view of the Alps.
Ludwig's childhood castle,
Tasteful boobs, yes. You can tell that it's art because there's an urn and possibly a fern. Otherwise, it's low class.
There must be a story behind these wolf paintings. But what story? There must...
Little Red Riding Hood. I think I made that joke already. I did not find anything new because I'm still at 340 points. What am I doing? Oops, that's... You know what? I'm saving. Where is anything? There's an Italian streamer who streams movies on weekends here on Twitch, and yesterday he showed a movie with full frontal nudity. It's quite the sight on Twitch. That's like, you gotta, like, check what's going to be happening on your stream. Like, I wouldn't want to react to a movie or something that I wasn't familiar with. I'm all right with, like, pixel games, because, like, oh no, these 4 pixels, one of them is... We have 3 that are one color and one that's another, and it's a boob. Whoa. Guessing Italian Twitch has different moderation settings. Either that or just a case of didn't get caught. Some Twitch rules are so weird. Did you know you can, like, I looked this up because of the whole mermaid costume thing. You can wear a bikini top on stream if it's thematic. So if you are pretending to sit in a pool, it's fine. If you're dressing up as a mermaid, it's fine. But if you're just sitting there playing a game in a bikini top with no context, not fine. Also, if you have a VTuber model, you cannot show its hips. The hips have to be covered. Thought nudity in media is allowed as long as it's not the focus of the media. I don't know all of the details, just because, quite frankly, that's not something I personally would, like, I wouldn't want to be streaming something that has full frontal. I would feel wildly uncomfortable doing that. Hello, Yeti, welcome. We're pixel hunting. Sternberger Sea is annoying because it's a big, long room to try and go across. Okay, exit time.
It's a memorial chapel for Ludwig.
I can't actually go to the chapel. Go to the chapel and we're gonna mourn Ludwig. Going to the chapel and we're gonna mourn Ludwig. Ludwig König von Battern?
This is where they found Ludwig's body.
That's what it looks like it says. I'm assuming it just means Ludwig, King of Bavaria. Having a little look around, Gracie? Which is weird. Their guidelines are spaghetti bowls of rules and regulations. Yes. Contradictory ones. Okay, you know what? I'm going to pull up an actual walkthrough with points. Because the UHS is Neuschwanstein in this game, famous castle in Bavaria. Yep, here he is. That's actually, I think we were still in there when you first came in. This castle was built by Ludwig II of Bavaria. We are investigating in his possible connection to werewolves. But I don't know what I'm looking for in there. Herrenchiemsee, this is another one of Ludwig's castles, which is more of like, been sort of a little bit gutted and just turned into like museums with just displays. Yes, Sierra Chest, I am a human. I mean, no, I'm a mermaid. Okay, let's see. Chapter 4. Let's just go back to Rittersburg just as a place to be while I'm looking at this. Okay. Get Gabriel's letter, read it. Did I read it?
Gracie, you decided to come over. That's great.
Pretty sure.
Gracie,
yes, because that's how I found out about Neuschwanstein. Okay. You're close in your spelling. They thought there was an F in there. Were you getting it confused with Newfoundland? Yeah, this one's not helpful. It just says view all exhibits. Like I thought I did. Oh, no, that's about a game that has a game called Dying Light, the Beast. Not what I'm looking for. Let's see. Has a chapter called The Beast Within. Not what I'm looking for. I think you were thinking of the French word for snow, neuf? No, the French word for snow is neige. Neuf is 9. Okay, we've got a text file walkthrough. This is looking promising. Okay. All right, we've got an exact guide of how to walk through the castles. Let's try that. See if there's a display I've missed somewhere. Yeti is on a 5-stream streak. Nifty! Okay. No Schweinstein. Because like it may be something like I forgot to play the tour tape somewhere. Okay. Tour tape in the entry hall.
Begins in the entry hall. Ludwig II lived from 1845 to 1886. He assumed the Bavarian throne at the age of 18 when his father died. Ludwig's passion was building castles. He built 3 during his lifetime: Linderhof, Herrenchiemsee, and Neuschwanstein. Plans for a 4th castle, Falkenstein, were underway when he died. In addition to his obsession with building, Ludwig also had a passion for classical heroic German mythology, a taste he shared with the German opera composer Richard Wagner. Neuschwanstein is decorated throughout with themes from these stories, most of which directly relate to Wagner's operas.
I gotta wait for the guard to go. Okay. Walk north through the doorway to the bedroom and play the tape.
You are now standing in the king's bedroom. The theme of the bedroom is Tristan and Isolde.
Okay, I already heard that thing. You don't know then? You thought it was Neige, but it's clearly confused from a Google search. And it happens. Speaking of Neige, it snowed today. It snowed a lot. Like, oh, I missed something apparently, because I'm up to 341 now. Okay. Problem is, like, I did a whole bunch of stuff, and then the game crashed. Saw my tweet about the snow? Stupid snow. Like, a couple of inches, at least due to fluffiness. Just all at once. Boo. Okay. Played the tape. Walk through the right doorway to the chapel and play the tape. Play the tape.
This is Ludwig's private chapel. The king was a devout Catholic.
Okay. Walk through the left doorway. Play the tape.
This is the king's living room. The walls are decorated with scenes from the Lohengrin saga.
Walk through the door. Walk to the bottom right corner of the room. Did I do that? Bottom right. Yes, okay. Walk through the doorway to the left to the grotto. Play the tape.
This is a reproduction of the...
Walk north through the grotto. Play the tape in the study.
This is the king's study. Ludwig spent much time at his desk, writing letters.
Walk through the singer's hall. Make sure I've played all 6 panels.
Engelhart and the blacksmith. Engelhart courts Hildegunde.
I wonder what these paintings are from.
The hunters track down Engelhart and... Hildegunde's imprisonment.
Was it a lot of snow? For the first snow of the season, yeah. It's, like, to the point of, like, we've got the snow plows out. I just saw them going by. And, like, it's Canada, so we're used to snow. We're not too concerned with, like, if it's a case like, yeah, that's gonna melt by the morning, the plows usually won't come out, but this was enough. We've got the plows and the salters out.
The wedding feast of Hildegunde and the Baron. The death of Engelhart.
Okay. And we look at the wolf.
There must be a story behind these wolf paintings, but what story?
Okay. So there was something I missed there. I have now seen it. But there's still something to do there. Dang it. Okay. Let's take a look back at Bayreuth, because that's what this walkthrough I'm looking at says to do next. Walk through the left doorway, read the sign by the sofa.
The death of Wagner.
I read that. I know I did, because when Gracie looks at this before, she says, "That's weird, there's a sofa." She reads the sign, and then she says,
Wagner died on that sofa. That's kind of creepy.
Okay. Look at the desk in the bottom, right?
It's a letter from a Monsieur Beaujolais, dated September 1881. Looks like he's discussing acoustics and sound waves, and crystals. Wasn't Wagner's Bayreuth Theater already built? Why would Wagner be worrying about acoustics?
Ooh.
It looks like an architectural drawing of a theater. The Wittelsbacher Theater, München. Every square inch is measured.
Nope, that wasn't any sort of progress. Return to the room with the piano. Walk south, talk to Georg.
I don't have anything to ask Georg
Already
about
done.
at the moment.
Exit. Oh! Professor Barkley called. Did I do anything about that? Let's find out. 'Cause I don't know. Oh, I think I did, because I think that's how I get access to talk to the guy at the place where Ludwig died.
I don't have anything to talk to Herr Dahlmeier about.
Okay.
I don't want to bother Professor Barkley again.
Aha! Progress, progress, progress.
Hello? Bertel München.
Hi, I have a book of yours on Ludwig II. The author's name is Sir Richmond Chapel.
Yes, how can I help you?
Well, I'm doing some research on Ludwig, and I was hoping you could get me in contact with the author.
I'm afraid Sir Richmond Chapel is deceased.
Oh.
However, his son is living.
Oh. Well, is there any way you can put me in touch with him?
And who are you doing this research for?
Well, I'm working with Professor Barkley from Yale University.
Stretching that truth.
All right. Thomas Chapel's number in England is 41 20 555 771.
She just had that to hand.
You're welcome. Goodbye.
Bye.
All right. Well, guess I'm calling England then. Note the chapel's name and phone number. Progress.
Chapel residence?
Hi, my name is Grace Nakamura. I'm calling from Rittersburg, Germany. Is Thomas Chapel there, please?
Speaking. What may I do for you, Miss Nakamura?
Nakamura?
This is gonna sound crazy, but I have a copy of your father's biography on Ludwig II. I understand he had access to Ludwig's diary.
Yes.
Well, I'm not even sure. He didn't make a copy of it or anything, did he? Or perhaps he took good notes?
He wrote down a complete translation in English. He said he couldn't make headway with the German version. Ludwig's handwriting was rather brogue, you know.
He wrote down an English translation. Do you still have it?
Well, unfortunately, my father was allowed to see the diary only on the grounds that he wouldn't publish the entire work. I can't let you see it. Have you tried contacting the National Archive?
No, I don't have the kinds of connections your father did, or the time.
That's unfortunate, but I really cannot let it out of my hands.
I understand. It was just a shot in the dark.
Very well. The best of luck to you.
Thank you, Mr. Chapel.
Ooh, so much headway. Okay. Is there anything I can talk to Gerda about? Because there was something about a special permit, something. I don't remember the details, and I don't know if I've done anything about it.
I don't have anything to ask Gerda right now.
Okay. Oh, maybe do I write a letter to Gabe? Have I done that? That was the hold-up point the last day I played as Gracie.
I should get a letter off to Gabriel.
Yes!
I need to include a note to Ubergrau about the research permit.
Progress. Okay, let's go mail this letter. We just got a letter. And this one's the post office. Ding dong. Ding dong.
Kann ich diesen Brief versenden?
Ja, 3-mal bitte.
Where's my wallet? That's a wallet. I don't remember the post being this fast in the 90s. Like that you'd be able to send something in the afternoon and arriving the next morning. Like, no. It was not that fast.
Danke.
Since I've already got the walkthrough up, I'm cheating a little bit. Aha, yes! Danke. Danke schön. Now, I thought this was going to be Wolfsbane, but it's not.
Gibt's das denn die Lilienblühen schon?
Sehr schön.
Ja, aber es ist doch noch so kalt.
It's Mandrake, yes.
Für Sie ein Geschenk von
We're
der Madonna.
Burying the dead out front.
Nehmen Sie sie ruhig. Heute Nacht wird es kalt und sie wird sowieso erfrieren.
Lilies.
Thank you.
No, there are no subtitles that came with the game, and there's supposedly this subtitle patch that was like an aftermarket thing that fans made. I couldn't get it to work. So unfortunately, no subtitles, just a lot of people talking in German. Then I'm going to bring this to the place where Ludwig died. That seems like a promising thing to do. And we very slowly walk across here. Oh, no, you're not supposed to understand it. If it's something you need to understand, either the character will speak English as well, or you're supposed to say, like, yeah, they had a nice little conversation where the priest, we know that guy's the priest because we met him earlier, gave her a lily. They just talked about basically saying, like, oh, that's very pretty. You can have the lily. Oh, wait, no, you don't need to give that to me. No, but I want to. Well, thank you. That was basically the conversation. And then Lily, I'm assuming. Where's the... Gimme. Huh? Yes! Cutscene! But yeah, most of the important conversations all take place in English.
What you want me to do.
Gabriel doesn't speak any German at all, so he doesn't have any German conversations.
To work with. If you can send any my way, I'd appreciate it.
Years ago, you downloaded a bootleg copy of A Quiet Place, the movie where they signed most of the film because the danger is attracted to sound, and it didn't have subtitles. You and your ex were extremely confused. Yeah, I can imagine. And back across we go. Haha! Wait. Is that just highlighting because I cursored over it? Yes. That's one more off the list. Just saying there's still stuff to do in Neuschwanstein. I clicked on everything.
Hi. You just had a phone call. It was Frau Gelder at the post office. She said a fax came in for you there.
Really? I wonder what it was.
Maybe it's from Gabriel.
Don't hold your breath.
Gabriel does not know how to use a fax machine. To the post office. But I do think it's very quaint. I was like, aw, got it. You have to send a fax? You have to go get a fax?
Hallo, Frau Gelder. Haben Sie etwas für mich?
Ja, ein Fax. Ein sehr langes Fax. Das ist aber nicht vom Schattenjäger.
Ist okay. Dankeschön. Thomas Chapel. Oh.
Alrighty. Let's take a look-see. Backstreet. Oh, I don't need to read it. I'll probably read it out. Oh, no, it didn't. Miss Nakamura, it seems I've had a change of heart. Please keep these in strictest confidence. Good luck on your endeavor, Thomas Chapel. The pages to follow this cover. Many. A fax is the least secure way of sending something. If you, are sending it to just, a post office. Also, no, just send it to that particular post office. That doesn't make any sense. How did you know where to send it? How? You didn't... Anywho.
11th June 1872. Louis has convinced me to think matters through more thoroughly before I act. A trip it shall be then, to Shahin. It shall not alter my purpose, I feel, nor shall his compelling. The treaty is the ruin of my beloved Bavaria, and must be taken to task.
So, Louis is a handsome young man that Ludwig was somehow involved with. I think it said that he is also known as the Black Wolf. I'll have to double check the notes.
3rd July, 1872. The pain gets so bad, I cannot hold a pen to write, but the horror is far worse than the pain. He says it was an accident, says that we can truly be one now, that it is a great adventure. I believe him 1 minute, and the next I can feel the flames of hell upon my heels. May God have mercy on my soul. 5th January, 1874. By the power of Mary, Mother of God, I swear to refrain from the ultimate sin and to remain steadfast in my flesh. Sworn by the power of the lily, Eleanor.
What is L and R? Ludwig and R. What is R? I don't know.
30th August, 1879. I will not falter, but will remain true. No matter the torment or longing, I will not yield.
Hello,
I will
Spider.
control the process. God grant me strength and will. By the grace and power of the monarchy and its allegiance. De Paul Leroy, Eleanor. 10th September, 1880. It is all finished. Elizabeth warned me, and I discovered the truth at last. O most venomous viper at my very bosom! O lowest of the least worthy who ever breathed! My Judas, my devil! If I could tear my heart out and fling it after him in the dirt, I would. 12th December, 1880. He continues to come, the devil. I will never look upon his hideous face again. He is afraid I will tell, and I might. To destroy him, I might. When I think of the accident, now that things are clear, I wonder, was it truly an accident, or was it the plot to kill me? If so, why did he not complete it then, instead of putting me in this torment? Could he have hated me so? I wish to God he had simply ended it there. 10th June, 1881. Terror. Rapture. During W's music tonight, I felt a pulling.
Felt a strange pulling
nearly
sensation.
Came upon me right there. Then the music turned, and it was gone. What can it mean? I must confide in the great friend. Perhaps he will know what has happened.
So the great friend is Wagner. Also, W is Wagner.
2nd August, 1882. The experiments go better and better. W has proved as loyal and determined as ever I believed he would be in a matter of my salvation. He says he has the formula now. It remains only to put the finishing touches on the completed opera and to draw up the diagram for the crystals. Can it truly end? I scarce dare to hope. April 1883. The great friend is dead. How unjust that he should be taken from me now. Where is my chance at salvation? Why has God condemned me twice? 10th October 1885. There must be made clear funds for the crystals. Lies. Everyone lies. My own servants. What must I do? Must I sell one of my beloved castles? The crystals must be made. I grow daily less able to control my own will. How long will I be able to resist the ultimate sin? And the music is worthless without the device. Time is running out. The crystals must be made.
And that's it.
10th.
Oh. So, we know, because we are very smart, that what Ludwig is actually talking about is turning into a vampire and eating people, but everyone else thinks it means that he's gay, which is also possibly true in the world of this game. I don't know enough about Ludwig of Bavaria to say yes or no. I never met the man. I was not alive in the 1800s. Okay. And I have one last thing to do in this chapter, at least according to this walkthrough I'm looking at. Normally I don't use a walkthrough on my playthroughs, but I was stuck on this level and I might still have to go back if I might have missed something, because I don't know. Still stuff in Neuschwanstein. What is left in Neuschwanstein? You know how I said I wouldn't show this fax to anybody?
Have you heard of Ludwig's diary?
Yes, but
how's the game going? Hope recovering the lost progress wasn't too bad. Yeah, it wasn't too much.
There's something I wanted to show you.
I looked at a walkthrough to sort of get to where I was going.
Read this one.
August 1886. The experiments go better and better. Faye has proved as loyal and determined as ever. It remains only to put the finishing touches on the completed opera and to make up the diagram for the crystal. Mein Gott!
Mein Gott im Himmel!
I want to show you something.
Oh, we're being sneaky. We're being little sneakies.
I looked at this myself, but I am here alone all day, so...
July 1881. Richard returned from his meeting with the king. Never have I seen him so pale.
She can just read this?
I was concerned for his heart. He would not speak with me, but immediately shut himself up in his study and started working on a new project.
Written in German?
He will not tell me the first thing about it. He will only say that it was time he repaid his king. It confirms Ludwig's diary. He wasn't crazy.
Yes, but Ludwig says that the opera was completed. Imagine that, completed. There's something else.
August 1882. We had a messenger tonight from the king. He brought a letter which Richard burnt. I did manage to see a bit of it. It said something about a great night in Munich and that it would be Richard's supreme triumph and someone else's destruction. Ludwig then wrote that even though he himself would probably die, his immortal soul would be freed thanks to Richard. I worry for poor Ludwig and for us. Where will we be if his madness continues? Surely someone will put an end to it. Wow.
There's one more.
May 1883. I sent Richard's sealed package to the king, as he instructed moments before he closed his eyes forever. I could not even bring myself to care what was in it. What could it matter now? Whatever it is, I hope it brings the king good memories of Richard. He did so much for my beloved.
The package.
Yay! And that's really good timing. The game's music is just a little too Baroque for you. Oh, we haven't even begun to Baroque. And if it ain't Baroque, don't fix it. All right, so that is the end of that chapter. Woo, we did it. Ad break is about to start. Very convenient. So I will take a little break myself. Yes, I will go get more tea. Very important for the health and well-being of all involved. And I will be right back. And hopefully I won't need to use the walkthrough anymore. Be right back.